What is up, everyone, and welcome to episode 90 of the Party Chat podcast. We are back after a week off, and as per usual, I am Squiggy, and joining me we have Slezo and Laura. Hello, you two.
Hi.
Heyo.
How are you both? It's been a week. Well, it's been over a week. How is everyone doing?
Good, thank you. Well, I mean, E3's over. What's the point in life anymore? Etc. etc.
It's good to be back in normal lands and not in Scotland.
You're in Scotland.
When we did the last podcast, it was, yeah.
You were, weren't you? Yeah, actually, I forgot about that. Slezo dialed in from Scotland. He was in the middle of nowhere, and he managed to get a Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah, and note how the week I'm off, the podcast's vanished, man.
Yeah, it all fell apart. Some of us.
We took a week off. Because there was no Saturday morning switch last week either. So.
Yeah, we took a week off, yes. It was an enforced week to spend time with our family and friends.
Yeah.
So
yes.
That did not sound fake at all, but I knew what I meant. Anyway, this is not the How to Fake It podcast, because that is something completely different. This is the Party Chat.
Don't pause for a reaction.
I can't believe you just paused for a reaction. Like, I don't even want to talk to you.
But my pause created a reaction, so really it worked.
Let's get on with
Anyway,
it.
yeah, this is the Party Chef podcast, brought to you every Wednesday by Retro Remastered. You can find us on YouTube. We post around about 9 a.m. Now that YouTube has scheduling back, it is 9 a.m. Well, if I schedule it at 9 a.m, it will be 9 a.m. And if it's not, if scheduling disappears between me recording this and uploading it, then it'll be there when it's there. That's the best way to say about it, I think. Yeah?
It's fair.
Yeah. So anyway, this week's going to be a little bit different to normal weeks because it's our E3 post-show, so we're going to discuss sort of all the big stuff from E3. Obviously, there's going to be news thrown in there, a few reactions, and then we're going to look at our predictions to see how many we got. There's not many, to be honest, but so that's.
I definitely scored, so that's fine. That's the embarrassing.
I didn't get 0, but I didn't get 1. We'll go with that. So yeah,
someone's giving themselves sympathy
Pity points, yeah.
Yeah, pity points.
I am the host. I will pity myself. So yeah, we're going to do that, and then there's some releases to talk about and a few plugs to go about, the normal stuff. But yeah, we'll jump. I think what we'll do is we'll just go through all the different conferences. So EA, Microsoft, Bethesda, Ubisoft, EA, and Nintendo. Does that sound good? Sounds good to me. Yeah. So yeah, we'll start with EA. I have a lot of notes from my reaction videos I did over at my YouTube channel. They showed off some Battlefield 1 stuff. Some night maps are coming to Battlefield. A new expansion's coming as well called In the Name of the Tsar, which is the Eastern Front expansion pack. Did you catch that? I don't know. Have you seen any gameplay from night mode or...
I've seen
I'm
some.
not going to lie, they went, this is Battlefield, look at how amazingly new it is, and I was like, shouldn't this be about the time when you're announcing a new one, not just random DLC?
Yeah, that's what I kind of thought as well, but then I suppose because Battlefield 1's been that popular, they might just be happy to let it go for another year.
I don't get how night is a big thing. It's like, you can play a map at night now, I'm like, cool, so you changed the light.
I think it'll change it quite a bit though, because I found that when I've played Battlefield, it's been a sniping fest. So if it's a bit darker, it might sort of force...
I'm going to turn my torch on my sniper and then snipe you from a distance.
It might force a bit more sort of close quarters combat instead. And, it does change a little bit, but I wouldn't say it was an E3 show-stopping announcement at all. I think the other stuff from it, the expansion where you get... I think there's 6 new maps, there's a Russian army, there's new weapons, and there's a female army as well. And I think that's adding a lot more to the game, but... Again, it's just DLC. It's like Call of Duty having a big announcement for their first DLC pack for Call of Duty or something like that. I didn't think it was needed, to be honest, to be a big thing at the show. I don't know if you guys thought the same about that.
No, I mean, I expected some sort of update or mention because I didn't know how they were going to fill their time, but. I kind of see where you're coming from.
Yeah, I think it was there to fill the time, but they sort of made a really big deal about it. But yeah, anyway, moving on from that, they spoke about competitive Battlefield as well, and a new FIFA competitive league coming soon, but again, for both of them, it was, we'll announce it, and then we've announced when the announcement's actually going to be announced. That was a lot.
Yeah, this seemed to be... I'm trying to remember this, because this is now, as we recall this, back 2 weeks ago, but Wasn't a lot of EA kind of, sort of announcements, but not really.
Yeah.
Kind of like, we have a thing to announce.
Which you'll see later on, yeah. We'll announce that probably later on. And it was a bit strange. They moved on to FIFA 18 after that. Is this the part where you just pause yourself, Slazo?
I'm not gonna lie,
actually,
right? You want honesty from me here. Like putting the story mode first for both FIFA and Madden has made me the most interested in those games I've ever been. Because I was like, wow, I've got a reason to give a shit about these now.
Yeah, I think the story mode is I don't know what. Well, to start with, what did you think about the people who presented the FIFA 18 stuff? I think they're called Men in Blazers, I think it is.
I don't really care about goofy, stupid celebrity cameos, but I mean, they had a couple of good jokes, and like I was warming to them a little by the end.
Oh,
like,
I hated them. I actually hated them.
They had one or two good jokes that actually got the crowd laugh.
It's moved me to Pez. I've gone to Pez now because of them.
That's a lie.
Okay.
But, yeah,
See Squiggy on FIFA 18 and FIFA Switch and all the FIFAs he can.
I don't know. They felt human, to use a point I'll reference back later on. But yeah,
I don't know. I wasn't a fan of it, but let's talk about the journey mode, which you were talking about, and I think it is. I think when they got all the football stars to talk about Alex Hunter, the main thing, I thought that was quite cool.
I love that. As I say, like this actually made me care about FIFA.
Yeah.
And if you know me for the years, you'll know that's. Oh.
You could just say you hate football, to be fair. You have no interest in soccer or football.
That's
whatever you want to call it.
completely accurate.
So,
And now Slazer has a little interest.
I have an interest in the story mode. I don't have an interest in like Ultimate Team or anything like that.
can you
that's the
imagine
best
if
mode.
Slazo, like Ultimate Team, they always say there's all these naive people get sucked in, they're not prepared. Can you imagine if Slazo starts getting into it and that's how Slazo loses all his money? Because I know he dabbles in the mobile games and everything and he avoids that. But could you imagine if Slazo gets an Ultimate Team addiction and we have to bail him out?
Slazer, that would make my day. You get an Ultimate Team addiction. I'm not going to lie, that would make my day.
Not gonna happen, mate.
No. Oh well.
What this has ensured, basically, is that when FIFA 18 comes out, I'll go buy FIFA 17 and play the story mode. Because at that point, it'll drop down to like a tenner. So.
Yeah, it's more than what I've done. I can tell you that one now. I've not played Journey Mode. I've got.
I was gonna say, like, this was the big new thing, and neither of you have played it.
Laura's
right?
played it.
I played it. I finished it.
Oh, okay. Oh,
finished
sorry.
it. How dare you?
I've got no interest in it at all. I think if it was me taking my own player, like me, through that instead of Alex Hunter, then I might be more interested in it, but I don't really care. I play FIFA to play Ultimate Team and to play online seasons and club games and games against Laura. I don't buy FIFA for the single player. My single player football is in PES. That's my thing for that. But yeah.
Don't argue with him.
Don't argue with my football. But yeah, so Journey 2's returning. Alex Hunter's going abroad. It's basically...
if he wants, he doesn't have to.
Will he stay or will he go?
Yeah, exactly.
As
That's
the
my
song
point.
said.
Can you imagine if you just stay and you're like, no. And they're like, please leave to develop the story. No.
It's basically Goal 2.
It is Goal 2. I love the fact because I said that to you and you said that's exactly what I said like the 2 days before because I didn't watch it live with you.
Yeah, I have it written down. Goal 2 question mark.
Yeah,
in my
it was
notes.
pretty much Goal 2. I mean, I hope it doesn't. I hope Goal 3 isn't next because there was so many pointless deaths in Goal 3. I don't know how that's going to work.
I've not watched Goal 3. I need to watch that.
Anyway,
Anyway,
what are we
horrible.
talking about?
These movies of
movies.
football.
Oh, okay. Right.
There was these movies, and the first one was about you being at Newcastle United. Like you're meant to be like a
Welcome to the Toon, laddie.
you're an unsigned talent, and you make it big in the Premier League, which is kind of what Alex Hunter does in number one. Like you earn your place in the Premier League, and then in the second movie, he goes to the glamorous world of Real Madrid with all the Galacticos, like at the time David Beckham, Zidane, and all that. And so this one is like you go abroad, so it's kind of like they're following the trail of the really average movie series that is Goal.
And then the third one is Space Jam?
No, the third one is he starts to get distracted by everything and everyone starts dying and then he's running. Oh, it just gets really freaking depressing.
Basically, he turns to drugs and antidepressants. He becomes a homeless person, and it starts again.
So what
from
you're
the start.
saying is Battlefield FIFA next year?
Yes, yeah, that's fine by me. Moving on from that stuff, Need for Speed Payback was shown off. I really liked that. I thought it looked really good.
It's Burnout!
But not Burnout.
But it is, because it has Burnout's crashes.
But that's what I mean. I thought it looked good, and then the Burnout crashes came, and I was like, oh, we've got crashes from Burnout. We've got Burnout crashes. And I was
they
like,
were taking a bit too long to focus on the crashes. Like, it was a good 5 to 10 seconds of look at the crash, and Burnout didn't take that long.
Yeah, I don't know if they were doing it. I don't know if that's actually going to be part of the finished game, or if they're doing it just to sort of highlight.
It might well be
that it's going to be like this.
But yeah, I had a little interest in that.
Yeah, so. I think it's the most I've been interested in a Need for Speed game for a while.
Yeah,
but I know I quite like the look of it. The awkward YouTuber at the start was quite funny.
Oh no, okay. So like when he completely fumbled his first slide, it was like you're shite, mate. But then like he actually got the rest of it right, so I was like, okay, cool. I just thought it was a little bit of stage fright, which makes sense.
Yeah, no, definitely, yeah. But no, I like the look of that. And then we moved on from that to Way Out, which was the original
developer, man. That developer.
He was so like. I really took to him because he seemed just so happy to be there.
I'm one of the 5 people who didn't like Brothers and thought it was wank, but that guy's passion completely sold me on this game.
So. You like Brothers?
No.
Oh my god!
It never connected with me. Like, people say it's an emotional tale.
I wouldn't say it was an emotional tale. I just like how inventive it is by you making you use the controller differently, to be honest. But yeah, emotional. But it's enough. But surprise!
I know. Like, the point was like I didn't expect the developer, but like he felt real and he felt really passionate compared to so many people, like the EA executives.
Yeah, I think I pretty much put that. I really liked him, and I really hope the game works because of him. But it looked really interesting, and then the split screen thing that they brought up, that sort of, it didn't put me off, but it made me think, well, is it really going to work? But then they said that it's actually split screen, but online as well, so...
It's online, but it's only multiplayer. You cannot do this single player.
Yeah, and that's the only thing that puts me off a little bit.
Well, that's the whole point. No, it makes sense.
Yeah. But it's one of those things
where...
where...
you to experience it as a multiplayer.
Oh, yeah. And it's a bit... Yeah, we'll see anyway. But it's different. I do hope it works, and I like the guy, the dev. He's very passionate. Very passionate.
I'm really excited about this game. It's probably my favourite from the EA selection. To be honest.
Really?
It's FIFA.
No, but FIFA. No, I know, but FIFA.
No, sorry, I'm using that. That's my conclusion.
Oh, I know, but FIFA. FIFA's FIFA. I don't really, unless they do something really game changing. I don't really care about the announcement and stuff. Like at the end of the day, I was a bit actually disappointed that Journey 2. I didn't really get. They don't seem to be moving on as much as I thought they would have.
Yeah, it's only like...
With it,
little
changes and that, stuff like that. I mean, I've read more since, like, about branch storylines and you can customise Hunter a bit and stuff like that, but even then it's like, yeah, that's not as much as I thought they would have gone with it. I didn't really expect to be returning as Alex Hunter, to be honest, but this looked really... So, because FIFA didn't really do anything, this was my favourite bit of EA, to be honest. I kind of want to get this.
They didn't really show any FIFA off, to be fair.
Yeah, there's also that, but they released the trailers after.
To be fair, like, what are they going to show? Here's football, it's the same.
Yeah, pretty much. It has that problem. So yeah, so basically Way Out was my favourite bit while we were on it.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed that a lot as well. Then they showed a little bit of what Scorpio can do with Madden, I think it was. I think they just showed off a bit of that, and it looked really nice, which you expect, because it's going to be that nice anyway. Then we got a new IP from BioWare.
Okay, my stream crashed for these 30 seconds, so I only heard the audio, and then I saw the teaser and was like, oh, okay, so I didn't miss much.
Yeah, I really, really liked the look of that. I thought it looked really...
I thought the teaser looked wank, but we'll get to the actual game in a minute.
I liked the teaser because I think it showed off... I think it's because they knew they were going to show... Obviously, they knew it was going to be there the next day, like they said that, so I didn't think they wanted to show too much, but it was just a tease, and I got Horizon vibes from it, and obviously I just finished Horizon not long before that, and I was like, this is a really good, I really want this.
I guess it doesn't help for me that it's like, here's BioWare, and like, oh good, the Mass Effect guys, yay.
Yeah, but I think I said in my reaction would know why Mass Effect Andromeda wasn't that good. That's because all the good people have been working on Anthem.
Team.
Yeah, the A team have been working on Anthem. But no, Anthem I thought it looked really good. We'll talk about that more when we get to Microsoft, because obviously it was shown off there. NBA Live 18 was shown next.
Oh right, forgot that.
Yeah, I know. I forgot about that as well until I read my notes. Not really much to write home about. It doesn't
have a story mode, so who cares?
It's got a mode called The One, but I don't really know how that works. I didn't think
The
that was
one
explained.
that looks just like you have a level throughout the entire game.
Yeah.
It's like, this isn't new, guys.
Yes, that's what I mean. I didn't really understand how the one would work that much. I don't think it was explained very well, because I thought at first, oh, it's journey mode for NBA, and then it's actually, no, it's not. You just play in all these different locations to build yourself up. Yeah,
respect, and then you play more. It's like, this is how every game works.
yeah. That's what I mean. I thought, I didn't really think it came across well.
The only real good thing that came across there is that, like, this was both a combination of the serious NBA and like NBA Street into one.
I like NBA Street as well, but
yeah,
again,
so it was good to see embracing that.
Yeah, but again, NBA 2K is the better franchise. I think that's well known. But we'll see how this one does, I suppose, when it comes out. It can't be any worse than the last NBA Live game that came out, can it?
I haven't played it, so I can't comment.
I don't think many people played it. I think EA pulled it down from the store.
Oh.
It was that bad. And then we moved on to the end of the EA conference with Star Wars Battlefront 2.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm happy I didn't have to sit through the whole 30 minutes, because when she said, we're going to talk about this for half an hour, I was like, you're kidding me, right?
Even I tuned out at that point.
Like, when they went to the multiplayer session, I was like, that's done. Conference is done. I'm walking away now.
Yeah, I basically watched up until then, and then I watched all the multiplayer stuff later on at another time.
Right.
But I thought, they obviously made a big deal about the story mode, obviously, which they would. And I thought it was quite cool having the voice, like the lead voice actress.
Because they had, like, the guy, the of, is it Kylo Ren's voice actor? Or actor? I don't know who it was. One of the Star Wars.
Oh, Finn.
Finn, that one.
Finn.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Finn.
Jumbo, yeah.
And I was like, oh, so they're going to show off a lot more about story mode, and then they didn't. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
But okay. I thought it was quite cool having her come out to present that part of it.
I assume she's like a character from. Is she from Battlefront 1 or is she from the actual movie?
She's basically made for this game. It's a full like the Battlefront 2 story mode is completely new. It's set in between Return of the Jedi, 6 and 7, and she's like a brand new character, and you play as her. I believe. But I thought it was quite cool doing that, and obviously they talked about the multiplayer as well. It's 3 times the size of the last one, which you would expect because they're using all the Star Wars movies now and not just.
So it's not half-assed this time. Good to know.
Yeah, pretty much. But no, I think it's.
Oh no! I tell you what did catch my eye about this. Now you've reminded me.
Go on then.
The whole free DLC.
Yes,
stuff,
that is my next. That is my next note.
That was like, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
about
you.
time.
That's good news.
Yeah, about time. But no, I think that was good. I really liked the Battlefront stuff that I saw. And then I did watch the multiplayer stuff later on, and I thought, well, I'm getting it anyway. So it's one of those things where I know what it's going to play like because I've played the first one. So I wasn't too bothered about watching it, but it did look really good, and they showed a lot of different battles and a lot of the new stuff. And all the new stuff does. I say new stuff. It's you know what I mean.
Yeah.
All the new stuff.
Did it look better than the first one?
Yeah.
In action?
Oh, it looked a lot better. Yeah. I'm looking forward to. I don't know what to get it on. I might get it on. I don't know what to get it on, to be honest. We'll see. But yeah, I thought the free content stuff was good news as well. And I believe that is a wrap on EA. I believe.
That wasn't much.
I mean, we didn't talk about Madden's has story mode, but Madden's has story mode. There you go.
Yeah, I didn't really think about talking about that, to be honest.
Fair enough. I don't think any of us are going to buy it. I just thought that was cool. Like, it worked in FIFA. Quick, put it in the other one.
Yeah. Yeah, has anyone got anything they want to say about the EA conference?
It would have been nice if What's-His-Face hadn't been hosting half of it, because, boy, he didn't have a personality.
The main guy. I've got his name somewhere.
I can't remember. He looked like his face was a square. So
I had it written down. Andrew Wilson.
Sure, probably that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't know, like, that was the thing, like, even when the other guys were stumbling around, like, he didn't, and the Battlefield guy as well, like, just kind of dead-faced. It's like, come on guys, it's not that hard to get people who actually give a shit.
Yeah.
Whoa, a bit harsh. Slightly harsh.
Yeah, like, to be honest, a lot of people criticise the use of the YouTubers, but I think they give it more of a personality.
Yeah, yes, and, like, they didn't control the show, so I didn't mind that so much.
Yeah. But I know I quite liked it. I say I quite liked it. I thought it was...
I didn't get the whole...
I thought it was acceptable.
Game changer? Game maker? Game... How, like, in the background of some shots, they'd have people, like, working on the maps, or, like, working...
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I didn't get what all that was about, because they used that, like, once or twice, maybe, throughout the entire thing. I was like...
Yeah, I don't really get that either. It was just... They may as well have just done the conference on a stage.
Yeah.
A couple of people, but yeah, it was. I suppose it was okay. It wasn't brilliant. There wasn't really many, apart from A Way Out. There wasn't really that many big things. Like obviously Anthem, but then they said, "Oh, we're going to show Anthem at Microsoft's conference." So it's like,
let's be honest, it was. I would literally don't remember anything from the EA on Anthem. It's completely been cancelled. Oh,
I didn't know anything about Anthem. They just had a
yeah. You just kind of know what happened at Xbox, if that makes sense. Which I guess I kind of associate with them still, though. I guess there's that, but
yeah, but no, I thought it was okay. I'd probably give it if I had to rate it out of 10, I'd give it a 5 or 6 out of 10, maybe. I don't think it was brilliant.
I'd give it a 5. I don't think I can give it a 6.
I'll give it a better than last year.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's the one thing I said. It was better than last year. Last year was a mess. At least this year was okay. But anyway, we'll move on to Microsoft now. I've got these in order, I think. There's quite a lot to talk about with Microsoft, so I don't know whether we just sort of go through it quite quickly, maybe. Some of the big stuff that sort of came out. Obviously, the biggest thing was the Xbox One X, which obviously was Project Scorpio. Comes out November the 7th. It is £450. It is compatible with all Xbox One accessories. No way.
Oh my god, that... Oh wait, we're on Microsoft now, yeah?
Yeah, sorry. Microsoft.
Sorry, I zoned out on me. I was checking Twitter. But no, yeah, when they went like, it's compatible with Xbox One accessories, I was like, fucking hope it is,
I was
mate.
going to say, I was like, it better be. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bit of a...
Yeah, like, making a big deal out of it, it's like, well, I expect it to be.
Good.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, I don't know what you think about the price of it, Slazer, because I know you are holding off for one.
Oh boy, $500, which I believe is translated into 450 quid.
450 quid, yeah, 450 quid.
I was actually having like an interesting conversation on Twitter beforehand, saying that releasing for more than 400 quid in the UK is suicide. So, GG guys, GG.
So
consoles that release over 400 have traditionally crashed and burned. See the Xbox One at launch, see the PS3 at launch.
Yeah, and I think the thing with this is they're trying to market as like a high power, you know what I mean, like for the pro gamer
I guess,
sort of thing,
but like
you're still gonna have to get sales from it somehow.
They didn't do a lot. Yeah, they're gonna have to get sales. I mean, they didn't do a whole lot of like showing why it's next level in the conference. Like maybe that will come out later. Like I get the whole it'll run games better, it'll run them in 4K, etc.
Yeah.
But like they didn't really give it like the killer edge, and with that kind of price point, I mean, I've gone now back to essentially I'm probably gonna like when there's another good like 300 quid Xbox One S bundle, just jump on that because I don't see the Scorpio offering the additional value.
Yeah, I mean I've thought about it.
Of course you have.
Obviously, because it's me. But
why wouldn't you?
And again, I just can't justify £450 for a game for a console that runs things prettier.
Yeah, I mean, do you have a 4K TV?
I do know.
He went and bought one after E3. It was very suspicious.
I bought one that week. But even then, I said this to Laura when we were playing Gears on Friday.
Right.
Friday? That I've ran Gears because my Xbox One S can output a 4K.
Yeah.
And HDR, and Gears looks like beautiful in 4K HDR through the Xbox One S, and it's like, well, I don't really need.
How much more beautiful is it?
Yeah, I don't really need that. The thing that got me, and we'll talk about this with Forza 7 because that's what we're showing off next.
We're showing off.
That's what we're showing off next, right? And it was obviously 4K 60 FPS, and it must admit it did look very good. Like it looked really,
it looked like Forza.
Yeah, but it looked really like it did look
Forza.
Graphics wise. It did look really good. That's what I meant, graphics wise, not gameplay wise. But
I mean,
the thing for
actually,
me,
no, you could tell it better than me because they streamed the conference in 4K, right?
Yeah.
So you actually got to see it in 4K.
Well, no, I didn't have the 4K TV then. But
you didn't have the TV then.
He
waited.
Fair enough. No, it was more because like me watching my iPad, I was like, okay, this looks.
Yeah. Well, I was
like
watching it on my big TV and stuff. But
yeah.
I thought it looked beautiful, you know, and it obviously ran 4K 60 FPS. And then it got me thinking, what's it going to run like on normal consoles? That's my thinking, because if they're, obviously targeting 4K 60 FPS, dynamic weather and all that stuff, what's it going to run like on?
Dynamic weather isn't hard. Drive Club does it.
On an OG, what's it going to run? But what's it going to run like on an OG Xbox One or an Xbox One S? Obviously, it's not going to be 4K. Obviously, is it going to be 1080p 60 FPS? Is it going to be? I don't really care, but it's sort of like how
it would be
much is the performance.
Suicide in some ways to like have it released very badly.
Yeah,
it's like how I can still play a lot of PS4 games quite happily without having a Pro.
Yeah, that's what I mean. How's it going to be scaled for those consoles? That's what I mean, because they're pushing. They seemed to me that they were pushing this as the big game for the Xbox One X. If that makes sense.
Really, I never got that.
I didn't get that vibe. That might be on you.
I thought they were.
I didn't get
they
pushed anything. As the big
I thought they were
Xbox
pushing
One.
Forza 7 as the big game for the Xbox One X.
I think it's the
even,
one you show 4K off on, because Forza always looks a certain.
Yeah.
Like, it's very well to see how realistic it is with rain and, like, weather effects has always been, like, dynamic weather as racing games is, bread and butter. Yeah. And all that great stuff, but I don't think it was particularly like you need to see how good it is.
I think it might have been from the stuff that I was watching afterwards, like other YouTubers playing it, and it seemed like they made a big deal that it was running. They were playing it in 4K on the Xbox One X, if that makes sense. Like it seemed.
I witnessed the most powerful console ever, as everyone should.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it seems like they pushed that then as the big deal more than anything. It might have been because of that. But yeah. But anyway, Forza 7. The one thing I noticed, there's still no proper crashing in it, no damage.
Can we also comment, they fucking did the thing again. I thought they'd gotten over it, but no, they're back to showing off cars. It's like, guys, please.
I know,
please stop.
Yeah, please stop with the
When
cars.
they spun it around in a car, I could not stop laughing.
And I was like, please not another car. And I was like, this is a Porsche, whatever it is. And it's like,
This is an all new, never before seen. It's like, I don't care.
I know, I really don't care. I couldn't care. But yeah, I thought Forza 7 looked impressive, but again, I think all Forza games look really good.
I feel the problem it has at this point is it's just another Forza.
It's the 7th Forza of that one, yeah. I think that's definitely the problem. Then they moved on and showed off Metro Exodus.
So they did.
They didn't really show much, to be honest. I don't think, but
I thought the aesthetic was nice. I'm struggling to remember, but I thought that was my one thought. I think.
And that's literally I've written down. I hate jump scares. The world looks beautiful, and that was it.
I think Laura was stuck by him on Twitter.
What into what? Into
Metro Exodus.
Yeah. I was going to say I wasn't really overly wowed by. Well, I was kind of wowed by what they showed, but it was more I was wowed by how this was what Metro was now, because every time I'd ever seen a Metro game before, or the bits I had played with Metro something, I can't remember which one it was.
34, whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Some year. I wasn't overly impressed, and it wasn't what I saw wasn't the vibe that Metro gave me. So I was kind of looking at it oh, is this going to be one of those moments when a series gets reborn and it actually appeals to me? Because I was kind of like, this kind of looks more like what I normally dabble and play, but yeah, it was enough to make me actually maybe keep it on my radar and see if it gets good reviews and stuff when it comes out. But I'm not saying it was a game-changing thing. It was just more a game-changing moment for that franchise in my eyes. It's like, this could be something. But yeah, that's where I'm at.
I think while we're on, I think the original 2 Metro games are on the Steam sale. I'm just throwing that one out there.
What isn't in the Steam sale that's on Steam? Let's be honest.
That's a good point.
Steam's on sale right now.
If we just timed this a little bit better, that could have segued into the next game, but unfortunately we haven't timed it well enough.
Okay.
So we'll move on to, so basically Assassin's Creed Origins is next. That's what they showed off next, with a big, I think it was a big decent gameplay segment there, if I remember rightly.
This is the one when they showed it off in action. Yes, this is the one when they showed it off in action.
Yeah, I don't know what you guys thought of it, but I thought it looked a lot better than the old Assassin's Creed games.
Why does it have levels? Why does it have pick-up items?
Yeah, it's like more of an RPG style Assassin's Creed.
It's like when he went, I'm going to pick up this rare drop, and I was like, you what?
Yeah. But no, I
what is this, Diablo?
I think it's... No, I'm interested in this Assassin's Creed. I'm glad they took the time off for it and everything.
I mean, it doesn't look like a +1 Assassin's Creed, but I don't know if this is the one that's going to make me go, oh, man, yes, Egypt.
Yeah. But we'll see.
Egypt, game changer. It doesn't really have the same ring, does it?
One of the ones where he's like, he's jumping in the tree, and I'm like, he's fucking obvious, mate.
I thought the combat definitely looked different, though. I just don't know if it looked good different, because it looked slower, and I wasn't really... I wanted it to look...
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted it to be like, Assassin's Creed, it's going to fulfill all that potential it once had, and really move on the series. And then it was like, cool, they've changed it. But it's like, is this for the better? I'm not sure if I'm getting the vibe that Like,
I mean, when you've been around for a decade, better to experiment than not, right?
Yeah, but it was kind of felt like when you think they took the year off for this, I was just expecting the first time we saw it to be like, whoa. You know when you get them games when they open up the trailer and you're like, is it Assassin's Creed? It has a few vibes, but you're not 100% sure. You know, like they've changed it just enough that it had. You know, the fact it just felt very like, well, I wouldn't know that they took a year off, personally, from what I saw.
I get that.
When you play it, you might notice it, don't get me wrong. But from what they showed, I wasn't like, oh my god, they've moved it on so much. And that's how I felt about it.
I think a lot of people who've played it have come out and said, have like been really positive about it.
See, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Like,
but again, it seems to be, I don't know if this is just how, like, I know obviously like games journalism is changing with like YouTube and stuff. I don't know if this is how it's all going to be now. They'll show off something and then it's up to the YouTube influencers or whatever you want to call them to sort of then talk about how good it is, if that makes sense. Because I picked up from the Microsoft comments that it looks different, it looks good, but then everyone who's played it has come out and said, oh yeah, it's really good, it's really changed a lot. But what did they see that we didn't see, or what did they play that we didn't see played, if that makes sense? Or they maybe just, obviously because they got hands on with it, might have thought, yeah, this feels a lot different. I think it's more just like when you're on the stage, it's usually a very controlled demo of like everything's kind of planned out, the route they're going to take, what's going to happen, to the point where sometimes it's all scripted as well. Whereas when it's like in the hands of either a member of the press or a YouTube personality, they can go a bit more, well, I'm just going to run off into this corner and see what happens. And then if it reacts well, it's like, oh, okay, cool. So it's not just terribly scripted. Yeah.
So,
but no, I thought it was decent. I don't know if I'm gonna get it on launch. I might just. It's normally my Christmas game. So,
I would love to actually get back into Assassin's Creed one day, but I've met me, so.
I've met you as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have any faith.
Wow.
One day I'll finich the first game.
Oh god. Oh god. And Metal Gear Solid.
I love how you're still stuck.
No, I won't finish Metal Gear Solid. No, it's not.
Or you'll finish it one day and just go, kept you waiting, huh?
Sorry, no, you won't.
Sorry, Laura.
Don't.
Sorry, I guess Solid reference. Anyway, moving on to... I'm just going to go through a list of games that we're showing off next.
Cool.
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Obviously coming... It's a lot when it comes to console, it's launch exclusive to Xbox One.
I'll be honest, I know of it. I don't know what the hype was, so I was like, cool, good for them.
One of those games that if you have a cool online community and online people that you play with, you'll probably love it. But if you don't have that group, you probably won't.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Deep Rock Galactic, which was a co-op style game. I thought it just looked like a really old Halo game.
I just nodded when that was on.
Yeah.
I can't remember what this one was.
Yeah, it wasn't a big one. It really wasn't.
Okay.
Then State of Decay 2 was next.
That was ugly.
That was awful, I thought.
Like, I mean in the nicest way. Like, I don't judge a game on its looks. Don't judge anything on its looks. Hashtag shallow. But when that appeared, I was kind of like, this does not... After seeing all the 4K stuff as well, it was just kind of like, what happened to you? Yeah. Like, I don't know how early they're in development or anything, but it was just like, whoa.
I mean, it just looked like more State of Decay to me. Like...
Yeah, but it just looked really, like, jerky and laggy, all the movements and stuff as well. I wasn't impressed by it. Like, they made a sort of a big deal out of it, and I thought, it looks awful. Like, can you not make a big deal out of something different, something better?
They've tried to make it, like, up the scale on the level of the game, because the first one was kind of like not a sleeper hit, but I'd go probably see, like, the best phrase, you know, like a small scale.
Sleeper hit's a good one.
Yeah, kind of like that. And then they've got the budget and the success of the first one, and they can go bigger and better, and bigger isn't always better. So, yeah. I mean, I'm not got much hope on this, and also I'm a bit bored of zombies.
I saw, yeah, like, I mean, well, I don't even play those types of games, but it looked exactly like DayZ, Armsy, all the rest of them.
Yeah, the nice thing was the whole, you can build a place to survive, like, that was very Walking Dead, you know, like a village. No, it's not new, but I mean, like, that is something that a lot of zombie games still don't have. I know a few zombie games do, but it's not guaranteed. I thought that was a nice thing to have in that, but...
Yeah, No, I wasn't impressed, but let's keep moving on. The Darwin Project was next. Do you remember this one?
That one. Yeah, the one... I mean, it's an interesting idea if Mixer takes off.
Yeah.
I'll say that. Because I think actually, like back when the website was still around, wasn't this something like, or a game like this, something you were writing about, Laura, and you were interested in, like a game that would be heavily influenced by like Twitch users?
Yeah, it was. There was definitely one they were going to plan. It was one of the Xbox Studio ones, and it was kind of
because this felt like maybe that game became what this is.
Yeah, well, that got cancelled and fell through, and the studio got shut down. But it was
those assets and ideas.
Yeah,
That was a nice uplifting story.
They felt that fell apart quite quickly. But that was an idea for like a Hunger Games style thing. When you're watching on Twitch, people could vote certain things and scenarios and stuff like that. I kind of like that because I do feel like Twitch is obviously important in gaming streaming, but to try and get that interactive nature, because I still love that. This is really basic, but you remember when 360 had 1v100?
Yeah, I was literally thinking of that.
Yeah, that I always felt like that was touching on something that that a lot of games don't. So it would be nice to
Xbox Live Prime Time, as it was going to be called, could have been like a really cool thing, and then they just abandoned it for no reason.
Yeah, pretty much. And I feel like if they do more elements like that, then sure, it'd be a game changer. But we'll see.
After that was Minecraft going cross-platform.
Yay!
Oh my god, this was huge. Like
it was huge news. I just didn't need the load of presentation of it, if that makes sense. Like the video could have just been, someone could have gone, it's going cross-platform.
Yeah, there was more to the trailer than that, but cross-platform was the big one. Kind of, I'm really happy about that. This is like, I feel, the next step for gaming, that it needs to kind of embrace this kind of thing, and to see Minecraft and Rocket League, we found out later on as well.
Yeah,
kind of going cross console. So a guy on a Switch can play with a guy on an Xbox, and that's really cool because there's no real point of knocking them off from each other.
There's a joke about Squiggy being able to play with himself because he has both.
I mean, to be fair, if you're going to make jokes, you make jokes at Sony, but
Hey, but I was.
Wow, Laura, wow.
I'm sorry. I'm just because you have a Switch and an Xbox One, so it doesn't really affect you. Like at the end, that's what I'm saying. Because you have both, you're going to be like, well.
I've opened myself up to more people.
I mean, I joked about that, and then you're joking.
As well as cross-platform for Minecraft, they also announced 4K mode for Xbox One X, and it's like, why? They're blocks. Like, that's all I thought.
I understand completely what you mean when they said that's like 4K. Why?
It's like
what are you gonna do with it?
Not custom. It's like announcing new Lego blocks where the images are more cleaner on them, and it's like they're still Lego blocks. They're still blocks. It's still going to be a block.
I love that idea, but I saw. To be fair, the best thing come out of that was so many memes of going, "This is what a Minecraft block looks in normal and standard definition. This is what a Minecraft looks in 4K. It's the same image. It's the same freaking image."
Oh, I saw one where it was supposed to be a cow in a Minecraft block. And then they just basically got a 4K image of a cow and just squashed it into a block. And I was like, this is what a cow looks like in 4K Minecraft. And I was like, I didn't get... no, I just... whatever.
I found it hilarious because it made so many memes, but it was such a funny thing. I'm going to be honest, if there was like a drinking game from Microsoft, you had to drink exclusive first or launch exclusive.
Oh my lord.
That's what I was going to talk about at the end.
Pointless 4K bits, because obviously with the Minecraft, every time they could say this is available in 4K, oh my god.
Okay, so I got that because that's tying in with the
I know it is, but it's like when you're doing it on Minecraft,
Xbox One X, stupid name, but carry on.
Yeah, carry on.
Wow. So yeah, we're just going to go through a list of games now that showed off, I think, to get through some of this, and we'll talk about a couple of them in detail at the end.
Okay.
I think that sounds better, just to get through them. There's Dragon Ball Z fighting game.
Pretty.
Loads of people went nuts over this, and I'm not sure why.
I was just like,
pretty.
It's by Arc System Works, which I guess is why they're good fighting game makers, so this will probably be a really well-made fighting game.
There was a game called Black Desert, which I've wrote down as Black Desert. Obviously it wasn't that. Black Desert.
No clue what that was.
I would love a dessert eating sim 4K. Great game. Sorry.
I'm too hungry. The Last Night.
Yeah, that looked great. That really got my attention. It was the pixelated characters with the neon backgrounds.
Oh, that one. I really like the art style, and then Twitter went
I thought that was the Artful Escape.
And then how?
Well, that was the last night. I'm pretty sure that was the last night because I wrote it down.
Let's just quickly Google this. You know, we're supposed to be going through all these quickly.
I'm sorry. I was really excited about the last night.
This is a 2-hour podcast. Just buckle yourself in.
To be fair, The Last Night and the Artful Escape are both like really weird, bright backgroundy ones.
Yeah, the last night though
Yeah,
is
the
the
last
one.
night. The last night's the pixelated one.
Yeah, the one that's
Yeah.
like all
Sorry.
across. Yeah.
I really like the art style, and then I glanced over to Twitter where everyone was pointing out that the creator is some horrible, horrible person. I was like, oh.
Oh, I didn't know that. I was still living in a
know.
life.
This was like a big thing on Twitter, people pointing out how dick he is. So,
Oh,
I mean,
allegedly, according to Twitter, Twitter's not always right.
It was enough people. But, the point, no, I still think the game, like, looks cool. So maybe, like...
I've just found it.
He's there to back it up, but,
I just found the part of it, yeah. Anyway, we'll not talk about that part. But yeah, no, I like the look of that. The next one was The Artful Escape, which I think you were watching it, Laura, and you liked the look of that as well. It just looked really... Well, I just put weird as is my description of it.
I completely forgot this game was even there. Okay.
You know which one I mean now, though. Yeah.
I do now. Well, I don't remember this being shown, but yeah sure.
Code Vein, which looked like another hack and slash.
Cool.
Tacoma. Tacoma's Tacoma. I really want to play
Was
Tacoma.
Tacoma the weird one where they were like neon orange and blue floating in tube in space, and it showed literally nothing about the game? So I was like, "What the fuck's this?"
Yeah, but Tacoma's already out on PC, I think.
Oh, okay. Because that was my problem with it. Like they showed it, and I went, "Cool," and then the trailer ended. I was like,
Yeah, I think
So
it's already out on.
game?
It is definitely out because I've seen people talk about it. I don't
Yeah.
want to talk
Like,
about the Tacoma.
if they said more about what it was, then maybe I'd care.
Yeah, it's done by Fulbright. I don't know if they ring any bells to you,
I think I recognise the studio name. I couldn't see what they've done.
but I'm positive it's already out. But anyway, Fulbright did Gone Home,
Oh, those guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
and they also worked on Minerva's Den in Bioshock. In case you wanted to know.
Which levels? That's not the good level, is it?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't really know.
Okay.
But yeah, but I
can't
think a lot
remember.
of everyone who's played Tacoma is like giving it really, really good sort of feedback and everything. So
Okay.
that's positive. Super Lucky's Tale,
No, that's
Oh,
the one of
this
the
was
Babe-
weird
Fox
platformer.
thing.
baby Tails from Sonic
It's Conquer, if Conquer had a baby.
with tails.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah,
Conquer
here we
Tail
go.
for its child, and
Yeah.
here it is.
Yeah, and it was just I just thought it looked basic as like baby.
It looked like
baby's
a
first
nice,
platformer.
cool platformer for the kids.
Yeah, maybe. Well, to be honest, I sort of said maybe it's a bit like Cameo was for the 360. Like there was stuff in there which you weren't expecting to see because they didn't show much of it off in trailers and everything, but it still looked like a really simple game.
Maybe.
I have missed a game actually. Sea of Thieves. I've missed that one out. Go on. What did you
yes.
think of that?
It's interesting. So, like, I like the idea. I think it's kind of like a good fun, a good laugh, and that you like with Rare's humor at level 4, it worked kind of well. I don't know if it's going to be a game that ever gets the player base that would make it work. Like, you actively need like a group of friends, and then you actively need like groups of enemies, and I can just see that game crashing and burning within a few weeks of launch.
Yep.
Which is a shame because I think they really are putting a lot of effort into this. But
I think they are, but I think that's the problem that you need. You need all these people to make the game work,
yeah,
and I don't think you're going to get that. I think that's a big problem.
yeah,
But
shame.
I suppose we'll see. I guess.
I hope it does well, but I don't know if it will.
Yeah, I'm not really interested in. I think I'm not. It's not that I'm not interested. I think the idea is good, but it doesn't really appeal to me. And I think the reason it doesn't appeal is because of the fact that I know that I'm going to need 5 other people to play with, and then we're going to have to assume that someone else has got 5 other people to play with as they go around, and it could just turn into an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
We'll go back to where I was. Cuphead has a release date. Finally,
My thing
Yay!
crashed for this entire thing, so I didn't get to see Cuphead.
they didn't show much off. To be fair,
I'm just happy that it's legitimately coming out.
Finally
Because,
a
boy,
thing.
it's just taken a while.
what's it been 3 years?
It feels like 3 or 4 years.
I think it got shown off at the E3 hours away, which was 2 years ago, I think. So I didn't know anything about it, and then I saw it when I came back and really liked the look of it. But then obviously nothing's really happened since. But I don't know. I think has it been too long now? Is it one of them, or is it just basically?
I mean,
has it got too much hype behind
it's been
it?
a while, but hey, it's an indie game. All it has to do is come out and be great. And
Yeah.
people will talk about it. So.
Yeah, and then there was Crackdown 3.
Terry Crews!
Oh my god, this looked awful.
Yes, it did.
I couldn't, props to Terry Crews, that bit was fine.
Yeah,
but
and then they
game-
showed-
then
then
they
they
went,
showed the
now
game.
here's the game, and I
Yeah.
went, oh.
Yeah, it just didn't look interesting at all. It just looked awful. To be
Also,
honest. Not even
the
looking wise, but just everything about it.
Because the other thing was, because obviously for Microsoft they had, quite a few of the games actually being downloaded by people. Crackdown felt like it was just thrown in the middle somewhere. They knew it was going to die, so whatever, it's there. I felt so bad.
I think that's the
bad.
problem, because the first one did so well because no one expected anything from it.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
now
so it's the beta.
Halo 3 beta, that's the only reason I bought it. And it turned out it was a good game.
I was going to say, you bought it for the beta and you went, oh, okay, this game's actually pretty fun.
Yeah, bought it for the beta, stayed for the game.
A good game to kill time while waiting for Halo 3.
Waiting for the beta to download. But then Crackdown 2 was awful, and I don't think Crackdown 3 is any better. And I think they're trying, in all honesty, I think they're trying too hard now. And I think it's gone. Do you know how Saints Row 1 and 2 were? Laura's going to hate me for this. Do you know how Saints Row 1 and 2 were quite serious and didn't do as well? And then Saints Row...
Serious?
No,
Serious
they try to be...
Yes, I do know how Saints Row came to the prominence when GTA fucked up. So yeah.
Yeah,
and then from Saints Row 3
superhero powers
onwards,
and comedy and parodies, yeah.
Yeah, whereas I think Crackdown was trying to do that, but still be serious, if that makes sense.
I've just got, they've gone, Saints Row's gone off on its own little spin-off of Agent of Mayhem to refine it in a bit, so there's a gap in the market, so we're going to go be Saints Row 4. That's all I got from that. That's literally
I didn't get Saints Row at all from Crackdown. I just got
so much.
Here's another Crackdown.
I was more thinking of the way the game was going. It's like they could have gone and embraced the stupidity of being able to jump 1,000,000 feet high in the air, but they seem to try and make it serious still, as being part of whatever it is you're part of and everything. And I don't know, I'm not interested in it at all, to be honest. So that's me. There's only a few games left in the Microsoft one. We're getting there.
42 games total.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about
as they kept saying.
Yeah, Ashen, it was there as well. It was shown off. I believe that's already... Is it already out somewhere? Or
maybe. I mean, the name does ring a bell. He says, looking it up.
That's exactly what I'm doing as well.
Oh, this one. Okay, yeah, sure. Cool. Looks like a game.
It's a game. Yeah. And then a game that I thought looked absolutely terrible is next, and that's Life is Strange 2.
You fucking take that back right now. I will fucking gut you like a fish.
I was waiting for
okay,
reaction.
so in podcasts before, when it was just me and Laura, I think, I had said that I would like a prequel to Life is Strange. Then they announced the prequel, but it was by a different dev, and I was like, ooh, having seen this and having seen all the stuff that people have been saying since, I now have complete confidence that this is going to be amazing.
He's took away the and he's no longer a farmer.
I am now completely ready to pay up my 20 quid and get these 4 episodes throughout.
I need to play the first one.
You need to get on that. That's on you.
I'm actually really looking forward to this now. I feel the team seem to know what they're doing, and Dontnod have assisted a little bit, so it's not going to be shitting
watching, I think it was the GameSpot E3 stage, and they had the guy from whoever's developing this one, they had him up, and he was just saying, look, we've all played Life is Strange, we're all big fans of the game, we know what we're doing. Obviously they've helped, the other people have helped along as well, so yeah, I think there's a lot of sort of doubt about it when they said that it wasn't the original developer doing it, but I think they'll do a good job. Obviously I've not played the original.
I'm really excited for this, and I will say the other cool thing is, so obviously it came out to Ashley Birch, I think is her name, won't be exactly for Chloe because she's in a strike at the moment, but I really like the bit when he went, oh okay, so we'll get her in as a consultant, and I thought, oh, that's actually a really neat way of doing it. So,
yeah, that's quite cool.
Yeah. I think these guys, well, time will tell, but I have confidence in them to make something cool.
Yeah, I've got faith in them. It's coming out in August as well. Yes, August.
First episode, end of August.
20th, I think it is it?
I thought it was 31st.
I don't know. don't know.
Either
I've
way,
got that
first
there
episode.
somewhere. Yeah. The next game, we're getting to the end, was Middle-earth: Shadow of War. I thought that was really cool.
This was one of the best standout moments of this.
That was
That presentation.
I really enjoyed the gameplay demo and everything of it. I thought it was really good.
I looked like it looked basically more the same, but with that next level bit added. So
Yeah.
I don't know
I'm ready.
how I feel about the mind washing mechanic, but otherwise, yeah, I thought this looked.
I think it's cool because it's something different, but I get what you mean. But it makes us to see how it works in the game.
I mean, when the theme of the first game is kind of like having these conflicts and like maybe they'll kill you, maybe they won't, and the second one it's like who cares, just memory wipe them.
I'm all for it.
Okay.
I think it's one of them where it could add different things to the game, though, like how you play the game, because you could because in theory you can kill someone or you can brainwash someone. And if you brainwash
What's the advantage to not brainwash? Like, is there a cap on it, or
you might,
like
well,
there
you might get more.
there doesn't
XP.
seem a reason to not mind wipe someone.
You might get more XP from killing them than you do mind wiping them. Maybe. I
Yeah,
don't know.
but then you've got like comrades who can take a death.
I know. Well, yeah, I'm not really sure.
I like the
but-
word comrade.
But I like the idea of what they've done.
Bullet
with it.
sponges.
I'm very close to getting this one on day one because I really enjoyed the first one that much, which is only £3.19 in the Steam sale.
Oh my lord! Stop looking at things on Steam.
Speaking of the Steam sale, another game, the next game that got shown off was Ori and the Will of the Wisps. You can buy the original Ori on the Steam sale for half
I had
price.
no idea this was coming, so when they got the piano out and it started playing, I was like, no way. No way they're making a sequel.
Oh, I thought it was the Halo music. When he first,
I knew it wasn't
first-
Halo,
the
but I
first
was
key
like...
press was like the start of the Halo theme, and I was like, he's pressed that key, exactly the same key as the Halo theme. I've played the Halo games enough to know that one key press, right? And he played that exact same note, and I was like, oh, we're getting Halo, and then it was like Ori, and I was like, oh, we're getting Ori. I need to play the first one.
I still need to play the first one.
Well,
Don't you
Slazer.
start. Shut up right now. But yeah, so I'm really happy it's getting a second game. I really want to check them out.
Yeah, I really want to play the first one.
These are like on my list of games to buy when I get an Expo.
Or just buy it, Slazer, on the Steam sale for
Games to buy when I get an Expo.
And then they announced that they announced that they're going to bring some original Xbox titles to backwards compatibility.
People went nuts for this, and I went, this is just like what they do with the 360. Like, it'll be a drip feed of Xbox original titles. Like, because then they announced it, I was like, oh, so like, is the new Xbox going to have access to all of these? Like, is it going to play Xbox games just discs-wise?
Well, that's what I thought at first, yeah, but no.
Yeah.
But the important thing is that Metal Gear Solid 2 was released on the Xbox. Just saying, so maybe that'll come there.
Yeah,
and I can play more Metal Gear Solid 2.
I mean, you could.
That was the only thing I thought about that straight up. That's the only thing I thought of when they announced it. I was like, I can play Metal Gear Solid 2.
Good for you. I mean, it's cool. I don't know why they treat this like a massive thing, but hey, good to know.
And finally, we
Xbox One accessories is too, don't you?
And finally,
controller.
I'm glad that the original controllers work. I'm really glad. And finally, we move on to the last part, which was Anthem.
Oh my god! Like, and I really I know this is like falling into the same mistakes again because people, including our own Mike, were like, "It's Destiny, it's fucking Destiny all over again." But I'm like, man, you've got my attention with this game.
Yeah,
this is like one of my if I don't know what the others would be, but if you had to give me like 5 games from E3, I'm probably going to buy. Anthem's definitely one of them.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I just thought it basically looked like everything that the original Destiny probably should have been.
Yes.
It just looked, the environment, I think the environment looks so cool as well. The fact that you could also go underwater, as well as like fighting on the land. You've got all the different like types of stuff on the land, and I really liked it.
I mean, it looked fairly open and interesting, and like an actual open world. I didn't like the bit in the town at that point. I was like, what's okay? But then when they actually went out into the wild, I was like, okay, this is cool. Yeah. And I like how there seems to be more flexibility than in Destiny with like, okay, so I want to be the tank role today. I want to be the damage dealer today. Because it's armor suits, so presumably you can just have multiple armor suits. So yeah, I'm I am cautiously optimistic about this game, but with people shouting Destiny in my ear, we'll see.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited for this game. Really want to see more of it, but I'm sort of reserving judgment until we see more, basically.
Well, it's not out till next year, so there's a bit to go.
Loads of time.
Loads of time.
Anything else to add on this one?
I quite liked the way kind of it was structured, in that they would like have a guy demoing a game or talking for a few minutes, showing off why it's cool, then a couple of trailers, then another guy, then a couple of trailers, and so on like that. Like, I thought structure-wise, apart from the start, which was too long on here's Xbox One X, it's the future, cough. But yeah, besides, after that, like it seemed to have a good pace throughout.
Yeah, no, I thought that as well. The car, I think they could have shortened it and not had all the like blurb about the Xbox One X and the car as well.
Leave the car alone. That's a rite of passage now. Is it a Forza game if a car doesn't drop from the sky?
I'd probably give that a 7, maybe 8 out of 10. Probably.
I also agree with all the people who say the whole like, because they did this last year as well. Launch console exclusive. Fuck off.
The thing is, because they say that, and then you have interviews with Phil Spencer later on after the show, and he's like, "Oh yeah, all these games are like exclusive to Xbox One," and it's like, "Well, no, they're not, because it said launch exclusive," and it's like you sort of need to decide what's what, if that makes sense.
I think they just need to drop it. It's more annoying than anything. I'm not gonna lie. Like, yeah. I don't. Care.
Fair enough. Announce if it's
if like a pure exclusive,
like
yes.
like Forza and stuff like that. But
if it's like Xbox One, Windows 10 exclusive, yes, shout to the heavens about that. But you know.
But not launch exclusive. Yeah.
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 We'll say one other thing. What did you think about? Because this is a thing Microsoft tend to do. What do you think about the way Microsoft seems to have like more of a live audience of fans? So as in, they get like a lot more crowd reactions out of it, but this
it doesn't bother me.
No,
because it
doesn't bother
that's the
me
thing.
either.
I don't mind them reacting to like things like Forza and Crackdown, sure, because they're big franchises. But them cheering, like seemingly cheering for every small thing, and it's like, come on, guys.
Yeah, no, it didn't really bother me at all. But
fair enough.
I suppose they do it to generate a reaction, don't they? So it's not flat.
I mean, yeah, no, it helps keep the place amped up. I just feel sometimes it's a bit kind of overkill in some regards.
But no, I thought it was okay. Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, I know, I did enjoy Microsoft overall.
Yeah, I thought it was decent. Yeah, nothing against it. We'll move on to Bethesda next. Hopefully
I have not seen this conference, so this is all over to you two.
We won't go.
Oh no, go in detail, please.
No, we don't have time for
I didn't see it. Tell me what they did.
They started with Bethesda VR. They showed Doom VR, or VFR, it's called.
They showed that last year.
I don't really
They
know
did stuff last year.
They did VR stuff last year, but they showed off Doom VR. It looked like motion sickness hell, to be honest. That's my exact
I was going to say a game as fast-paced as Doom with a headset.
Yeah,
oh boy.
I don't even want to think about it. And then they showed a Fallout 4 VR, which is the full game in VR, which is quite cool, I think.
Okay. Is this a free update, or do I have to pay more?
No, you got to pay for it.
Right.
I don't think it's expensive, though. But again,
I bloody hope not.
I think it's. But again, it's. I think I said that it's one of those where it's basically for the massive Fallout fan or the VR fan, because how many people have probably already played and finished Fallout 4?
It's for people trying desperately to justify their VR purchase.
Shut up, Slazer. And then they showed off some Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind expansion, which I think came out just as E3 was happening.
Yeah, it came out about now.
Yeah, and I thought, fair enough, sort of hype up a game that's just come out. It looked decent. I'm not a fan of that genre of games, but I do think it looked really good. It looked like all the different things you could do in it looked really good. But
the Elder Scrolls has done, like, it's not the most notable MMO for doing this, but it has done a good job of going from like a pretty bad launch to a solid game now. That
it seems like a lot of people play it, and it seems quite popular. Yeah. And then they showed something called Creation Club, which is basically Bethesda mods for Fallout 4 and Skyrim. I say mods, or like outfits and stuff like that, but it's stuff that doesn't affect your achievements like normal mods do, if that makes sense.
No.
So basically, do you know how you can get custom mods on Skyrim and Fallout 4 for PS4 and Xbox? if you use that affects you getting achievements that you can't get achievements or trophies and stuff like that.
Right.
Whereas these don't affect any of that at all.
So these are sanctioned mods.
Yeah, sanctioned mods. So these are done by Bethesda or approved developers and people like that.
Okay, that makes more sense.
But the thing that just screamed at me, these are microtransactions for Fallout 4 and Skyrim. That's what.
Oh, they're charging for these.
Oh yeah, it's not free.
Yeah.
It's not free. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Didn't people really kick up a shit about them the last time they tried to do this?
Let's not talk about it. Move on to the game of the show, which was at this conference.
Okay, the game of the show. Well, next is Elder Scrolls Legends.
No, not that. Skip that.
Which is
Elder Scrolls Legends?
The card game, the Hearthstone card game.
Leave it alone.
It's coming to iPhone and Android. There's an expansion pack from Heroes of Skyrim.
It's an expansion pack, but it's not even out yet.
I thought it was out.
I don't know. My iPad's on the other side of the room.
It's coming to iPhone and Android. It's already out on iPad.
God damn you people!
There's an expansion pack for it, and then after that, speaking of Skyrim, they moved on to Skyrim on the Nintendo Switch.
Yay! So you can buy Skyrim again. Actually, I'm not complaining about this. It's great that they're finally fucking talking about it.
Yeah,
I love
all they did was talk about it. They showed off some Link armor.
Yeah, which you can get your Master Sword. You can dress up as a horrible abomination of Link. It's great.
They showed off some motion controls, and they didn't show off a release date. Or talk about a release date.
I have heard since Amazon potential leak of November 28th, I believe it was.
It's probably around about then. I wouldn't be surprised. I was expecting a release date there though. To be honest.
I mean, I'm just happy they hadn't forgotten it.
Yeah,
so.
That's the important thing, I suppose. And then they showed Dishonored: Death of the Outsider, which is I think it's a bit like the Uncharted Lost Legacy is to Uncharted 4. It's just...
Oh, so it's a standalone and not
standalone,
DLC.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that was my question from it, because they didn't really say what it was.
Oh.
They didn't say if it was DLC or if it was an expansion like the Lost Legacy, but I think they've confirmed later on that it is a one you can buy standalone.
Okay,
as well.
That's neat then.
So yeah, but they didn't really show much, to be honest. It was about a minute-long trailer of her and one of the people in a house, and then rescuing someone, and that was pretty much it. So not much there.
Okay.
Quake Esports. They talked about the Quake World Championships. Laura, you can't just keep saying no.
I'm glad that they think Quake's going to do well.
Well, considering they put $1 million prize pool in for the World Championships.
At the end of the day, Bethesda seem to be knocking stuff that it's not expected to do out of the park. In terms of, no one expected Doom to be
always
reborn.
Wank. Doom was okay. Quake was wank from the moment it was revealed.
I will wait to reviews because Bethesda have surprised me so many times now. I just can't bet against them.
What, are you going to wait for a review on the Quake World Championships?
No, I mean, as in success rate, how many
people come to esports, not the other way around. You can't just go, here's loads of money and expect to make a massive success.
Yeah. But $1 million would probably help.
It helps, it's incentive, but if the game's shite, you're still gonna struggle.
Yeah, definitely. And then they showed off 2 new games.
Oh my god, they actually did new games.
I said new games, they're both...
If you say Skyrim VR, I will fucking stab you.
Evil Within 2.
Oh god.
This was I don't think we actually talked about this when we were doing our preview for Bethesda, but I did see this come up as something, and then I'm not gonna lie, my first reaction was Evil Within. That was Bethesda. I barely remember this game.
I forgot about it. It got really good reviews.
I remember it going really cheap around Christmas time.
I really wanted it, but I don't like scary games. It's coming out on Friday the 13th of October as well. Which
nice.
I actually didn't expect it to come out that soon, to be perfectly honest.
That's a good release date for it. I give them props for that.
No, it is. I'm not going to be buying it or playing it on Friday the 13th.
Or Saturday the
14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, November, December, January, February,
2019, 2020.
Yeah, you get the idea. Yeah, one day I'll line up. But no, I like the look of it. I won't lie. It looked really creepy. So I don't know why I said I liked it, because it's creepy. But yeah, no, I think...
It does what it does well, and therefore the fact it's scary...
You can appreciate it for the terror.
You can appreciate some people want to be terrified.
I can appreciate someone else being terrified by it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we'll go with that. And then, for Laura's for the benefit of Laura.
Yay!
Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus.
Hell
Go on,
yeah!
Laura, tell us about it.
Right,
You wait for this.
basically, it's all good. It's all gravy, guys. They did a whole like parody of what TV show. Well, obviously, you know the concept of Wolfenstein that the Nazis won the war. That whole stuff, and that's what Wolfenstein is.
Spoilers.
So that is the concept, right? And after how good Wolfenstein New Order was, right, the excitement for this is real. And basically, the whole trailer was amazing, a little parody of Lassie, but it was a big robot dog and the fake TV shows, and then just more the same. And they added in what was the weapon they added in? They added in something to, like, they say there's so many ways you can use your weapons now to kill, and it's just even more violent.
Really not selling me on this.
It's just if you want a...
It's like the last game, but there's a Robo Lassie. Also, you can hit people in the head with the back of the gun, not just the
it's
front.
not guns, it's weapons. It was a melee weapon, but there's so many
I'm
ways to
sorry.
kill someone, and it's just accept if you really want a violent game where you get to kill Nazis and you get a decent story. Yeah, they did.
So what was that like? How was that different?
It looked good. I don't know what to tell you. It looked more violent, Slazer. It was really gory and blood and... Oh, Wolfenstein.
What? There was more blood? Oh... Like, that's the kind of... Wow, okay. Jesus.
I
didn't realise that's who I was podcasting with.
We're finding new things out about Laura.
I thought I'd do that for your benefit there. No, but basically, it's the way how... I'm trying to think, what's the new Lord of the Rings game called? Middle-earth?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like how Shadow, like, it showed you enough changes that you're, like, excited for it. This is what Wolfenstein 2 did compared to New Order.
What said any changes? You've just said
I
it's
don't
more
know!
violent.
Like, it's just, they showed it. There's all stuff. It's more continuation of the epic story and all new weapons and just more ways to kill Nazis. What else do you want from this game other than more ways to kill?
I think the hype's got Laura, to be honest.
No, it looks so good.
It does look good. The new characters they've brought into it looked really cool. The voice acting for them was good.
Wow, Laura didn't tell me that.
New characters are in the story, so it's kind of spoilery if I say, oh, blah, blah, blah. But you haven't played the first one. I've still got hope in you to play New Order.
Yeah, but there's new characters introduced, and they're pretty cool. Like, the voice acting for them it's like cheesy, but it's funny, and it really works well. There was a shotgun section where literally he just pummels Nazis with a shotgun. It was amazing. It was brutal. It was brutal, and it was amazing.
Brutal and more violent. I mean, you had a shotgun in the back. There's just more. There's more, Slazo. There's more goodness.
And that comes out this year. I haven't got the date down.
I think it's the 27th
of October.
October.
It is. It's the same day as Assassin's Creed and Mario. It is.
Yeah. Because I may have.
That's bold.
To be honest, Slazo, with how violent and different this game is, I genuinely feel
You want to fight Mario and Assassin's Creed at the same time, mate.
No. I feel you can fight Mario. I feel people that are buying Mario, I like Mario as well, don't get me wrong. I don't think
if you've got a Switch, you're buying Mario, full stop.
Oh, no, but that's the thing. Not everyone has a Switch.
Laura doesn't have a Switch, it's fine.
Yeah, I don't have a Switch, so it's fine. But the thing is, I don't think they're the same markets. I think they both can come out on the same day and be fine.
I think the same markets, but I think it's a case of if you own a Switch and another one, you go, well, I can afford one game while I'm buying Mario.
And they're going to go Wolfenstein.
I won't lie, if I have the choice between both of them, I'll be playing Mario.
I thought you were going to say Assassin's Creed and go Rogue then.
No, go Rogue.
That
was an Assassin's Creed game.
Assassin's Creed game. High five, Screen.
Yeah, high five.
Okay, this turned weird. But yeah, Wolfenstein looked awesome, and it was probably my favourite thing of the show. So.
Fair enough.
Of this conference, the entire thing.
The silence is deafening.
Or like, ooh.
But yeah, that was Bethesda. I liked Bethesda.
The entire show, I accidentally muted my mic with the excitement. I'm so sorry. I turned and realised when you said silent, it was the entire show hands down. I'm bold enough to go with this.
I liked the Bethesda one. I thought it was the best out of the 3 that had gone so far. Because it was just quite quick and snappy. They showed everything they needed to show. They got all the details out. And there was no, like, long, boring talking parts of it.
Dead Start, like, when they first did their 3 a few years ago, and people were like, do they have enough? Well, they do have enough if they, don't waffle, deliver, and just do it. They know how to do it.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
So I didn't actually watch this conference, so I'm not going to give it like a proper analysis. But I know when I actually read the cliff notes, a lot of it was like, oh, they just showed like a whole bunch of games from last year again.
Yeah.
And Evil Within 2.
They showed you a lot
That's
of...
Ubisoft.
No.
No, it wasn't. Get Out.
No. Bethesda
Sorry,
showed
that
you...
was... Yeah, sorry, wrong one.
No, sorry,
I'm reading my
Bethesda...
Ubisoft notes now.
Bethesda showed you a lot of add-ons for games already out and free content and DLC coming and all these mod stuff as well as like Skyrim and Nintendo Switch. But then they also showed off like they had Dishonored 2 DLC, but then they had the Evil Within 2 and Wolfenstein to finish on, which are like two of their big hitters, like the new outcome. There was enough. Like when you look at it, like they did this and this, but for the presentation, how quick they move on, and the fact they had the two, what else are you expecting from Bethesda at this point? I think if people went in expecting another Skyrim or the follow-up to that, it's like, come on now.
One of their big franchises.
That's Wolfenstein. Wolfenstein's in their top 3, easy.
No, it's not.
So gotta be.
It's Elder Scrolls and Fallout and nothing else matters for that studio.
No, I'm not having that. Doom's also on the fringe. Don't even.
Doom, if Doom has a good second game, maybe.
Yeah, well, the Wolfenstein had a good first. This is a good Wolfenstein.
No,
it's not.
In all honesty, I think the Evil Within's bigger than Wolfenstein. Because of who's behind it.
I don't.
I think there's more hype. I think there's more hype behind that because of that. But no, I think it was a good show. Obviously, there wasn't really much. It was one of them where they could have done a Nintendo Direct style thing for that because there wasn't really much talking, much gameplay showing off, and it was literally trailer, him talking for a little bit and stuff like that. So, but no, I enjoyed it. I think it was 40 minutes long, maybe, short and straight to the point. There were rumours that there was actually, I can't remember what it was, there was going to be another game showing off there. Because they had the thing booked for an hour. There was going to be another game showing off, and there might be, I think they canned it or cancelled it. It was like to not show then and maybe save it for another time.
Okay.
But to be fair, they had that rumour. They had that rumour last year, and it was meant to be Wolfenstein. They were going to show off more last year, and instead they had whatever game was showed off last year, they had like a Wolfenstein reference in like the opening credits or coding of a computer when they zoomed in.
Yeah.
So whether it's just a rumour they like to put out every year, so people come back next year.
Was Prey? Yeah, Prey was that.
Yeah, I think Wolfenstein hints were hidden in that trailer. Yeah. So if that's like the thing they do when they're like, yeah, we were going to go longer, but secrets.
Yeah. But I think the good thing with Bethesda as well, everything they show is coming out this year. I think that's the one good thing about Bethesda, that everything they show is hitting between June and December. So it's not like
I'll give you that.
Yeah, everything they showed is out this year. It's not like this is coming next year. We'll talk more about it next year. Literally everything is out this year. So that's why Bethesda gets my vote. Is the best one so far. But I think I would probably give that a 7 or an 8 as well. Laura's probably going to give it like 100 out of 10.
No, I'd give it a 7. It had Wolfenstein, which was the best presentation for me and best reveal of the game for me. But it's still like a 7 overall because there's not much else around it. Like they delivered what they had to deliver well, but
yeah. And now we move on to Ubisoft. Ubi. Started with Rabbids and Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
Oh my god!
With War Miyamoto on stage.
I was pretty excited for this.
It was a game.
Day one.
It leaked, didn't it?
So some of the presentation leaked. So some of the slides to do with essentially pictures to the board leaked. But this was the first time we actually got to properly see it in action.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So we knew of it, hence why they were like, we can finally talk about this now.
Yeah.
But oh my god, it was so great.
Yeah, I thought it looked... I was sort of... At first, because I think I remember seeing the picture of it leaked, and I just thought, what is this?
No, because there were a few more about what the game... A little bit about...
I only saw the picture.
Oh, okay.
And I thought, what on earth is this? And then they showed off all of this, and I thought, yeah, this is... I'm sold.
It's XCOM. It's Mario XCOM.
I'm sold.
So...
I just loved it. I love the idea of it. Loved Miyamoto on stage, and it is like...
Oh my god, that moment where they went and hear we've flown him out here, and I was like, you what?
Yeah.
Because now we're in an era of Nintendo. Okay, so I know that they're there, But like in the era of Nintendo Directs, obviously now there's no like live presentation with like Reggie and Shigeru and all the rest.
Yeah.
So to actually see him live and in person was a holy shit moment.
Yeah. But it's such a I think it's such a big thing just for the industry in general because it's like Nintendo normally don't let anyone else use their IPs.
They're lightening up a bit now, but yeah.
But that's what I mean. Like, it's such a big thing for even Mario and Rabbids to be a thing, and then for Miyamoto to appear at the Ubisoft conference as well. It's such a.
I mean, bear in mind we've had Mario and Sonic for a few years.
Yeah, they don't count. They don't.
Oh, okay, Sega doesn't count. Got it.
No, Sega doesn't count. But yeah, no, I'm really interested in that, and it's out on the 29th of August, which I was not expecting at all.
I was, because we knew in advance that it was coming out late summer. But yeah, no, I'm day one. Day one.
I think I've just really written I'm in. So I think that means I'm day one.
Yeah.
In my notes.
Hell yeah.
And then they showed a bit more Assassin's Creed Origins, a trailer about it. That was pretty much it. I think we've spoken about Assassin's Creed enough already.
I think, they'd shot their load at Microsoft, so it was just, here it is again.
Yeah. And then it was The Crew.
Yes. Yes, it was.
And I think there was Bikes and Planes. Is Laura gone in the shower?
No.
In the middle of the podcast.
I'm not asking.
I've not gone in the shower.
I'm trying not to ask.
I did it.
I tried to fix the tap that was broken, but it...
I need to see a bit more of an action, but I have one, so I remember a while back when Koshiro actually with the Burnout team were talking about looking into putting planes and other things in Paradise, and that never came to anything. But since then, I've always been interested in the idea of an everything racer where you do cars, you do bikes, you do boats, you do planes. And this looks like the first one, which is going to be everything in one game. So it's got my attention. I don't know if I'll buy it, but it's certainly something I'm interested in.
Yeah, it's got my attention, definitely. I think the first one had my attention, and then I played the demo, and it was awful. Well, the beta or whatever it was, and the beta put me off, but everyone who's played it after that has said it actually is pretty good.
I think Ubisoft have gotten over their template now, so
yeah.
I think.
No, but I really liked it. I like the idea of just driving around pretty much America and all the different cities you can visit. But I was impressed with that. I'm going to keep an eye on it. Probably not going to get it, but I'll keep an eye on it, definitely. Next was South Park getting a release date of October 17th.
It's finally happening.
I'm
its time.
I'm not a fan of South Park, so if you want to talk about this, then feel free.
I'm not really a fan of it, but the game looked really good. I was more tempted to play the game than I was to go watch the show again. Not because it's just not my sense of humour, really. It's there's some things. It's not like I argue if it's a good show or not, but it just looks like if you really love South Park, then once again you look like you got a killer game on the way.
I mean, that was the thing. People who played Stick of Truth described it as it's a long episode of South Park, essentially, and it does a good job of parodying superheroes this time, right? Yeah. So it does a good job in its parody. I still want to play the first one. I'm still waiting for it to come out on PS4 and Xbox One, like they said it would ages ago. But yeah, I feel it's something I don't know if I'll pay full price for it, but it's certainly something I have a passing interest in.
Yeah, it's not for me. After that, it showed Transference, which is Elijah Wood's VR game. Don't actually know what happened. It
looked really creepy. They set you and it looked really this is going to be really suck you in, but then it was VR and I'm like, I don't have VR, so...
The amount of VR horror is Jesus Christ, guys.
I feel like VR...
I know.
I feel like VR is great for horror, especially if you like to be shitting yourself.
No,
so I don't know why Squidgy has
great. I get it. I get why you like horror is the most common thing.
Yeah,
but it's all they show. It's we're several years into VR now, and this is all you're showing. Come on.
I feel like it's you know how when we sports obviously come out on Wii and everyone loves sports games and everyone tried to get on that sports and then also dance games on the Wii.
Yeah.
So sport and dance. I feel like it's like VR's it's got horror and horror with a side of horror.
Yep.
So yep.
Yeah, I didn't really know anything about it, but after that they showed off Skull and Bones.
I feel even worse for Sea of Thieves knowing that this is out there, because...
I wrote Sea of Thieves, but good.
Yeah.
That's what's in my notes.
I wouldn't go... I feel that's harsh, but I feel this one has a better chance.
I'm more interested in it.
this one has a better chance of appealing to the individual than Sea of Thieves does. So
yeah. The only thing is, well, there was rumours that it was multiplayer only, a bit like For Honor, and I think I put that they've overcomplicated with just that. But apparently, Ubisoft have actually come out and said there's a single player campaign to it as well.
To be fair, what got me is they went, "It's bringing back an old IP," and I was like, "This was an old IP you had? What?"
I think it was the idea of they're not Pirates of the Caribbean, Assassin's
What's the
Creed
thing?
4.
So they went, it was bringing back an old IP, and they showed it, and I went, "Oh, is this like Sid Meier's Pirates?" But no, it was Skull and Bones.
But yeah,
it was like, right.
I'm interested to see how it does. I'm a bit like For Honor. I like the idea of For Honor, but I never picked it up, and I feel like I'm going to do the same with
That's
this.
the thing. Like, this isn't a game I want to spend £40 on, but if it came to me on PS Plus, I'd give it a whirl.
Yeah, oh, definitely, yeah. Yeah, I like. I'm glad they're doing it because I really like those parts from Pirates of the Caribbean. Not Pirates of the Caribbean, man. Assassin's Creed 4. I like Pirates of the Caribbean. No, I didn't like Pirates of the Caribbean 4. No, I didn't.
To be fair, I'm assuming this is loosely based off that engine from what they were saying.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
I think it is. Yeah. Yeah. There's that, and then Just Dance 2018.
Yeah.
Dabbing Panda.
It's about this point when it was really kicking in that there was no Aisha Tyler.
Dabbing Panda.
Yeah, so
I think she
Dabbing
was in the
Panda instead.
pantsuit.
Yeah.
Also, they added K-pop, which.
Yeah. So like, I know some people shit on this, but hey, I like it. Just randomly, like halfway through the conference, you have like a 2-minute dance number.
I gotta be honest. If there was a Ubisoft conference without a musical performance, I would be actually asking.
I'd be distraught. I'd be like, "What are you doing?"
I'm like, where is my funky animal dance? Where is my meme for the year? I'm like so confused right now.
You already had your meme, Laura, from the guy who was crying at the start.
Oh, good point. Good point. That was it's not as fun. It's not as fun as Shall We Live meme now. References.
Oh.
But yeah, Dabbing Panda was fine. I can't tell you much else about Just Dance other than it's coming to every single console, and the Dabbing Panda is not included.
Dabbing Panda. They showed a mobile game, South Park Phone Destroyer, which...
This one caught me off guard. It was like South Park, and I'm like, what?
Not again.
Just did that? What? No, I think that's cool. I'm interested in it. If it's a free game, then I'll probably pick it up.
Yeah, if it's free, maybe. Next was Starlink Battle for Atlas, which is the new Skylanders, where you build your own ships.
Oh yeah, this.
Yeah, it's coming out in Switch though.
Good luck, guys. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck. But
I feel that praise has passed.
Yeah, but even better luck to the next one they showed off, which was the expansion pack for Steep, which is brilliant news for all 3 people that still play Steep.
Oh my god, Steep! It's back. It's likely. Hey, at least there were no horrifying deaths this time.
Too Steep, too furious. Yeah, I don't understand why there's a need for an expansion pack for a game which you can buy for £5 now because it's sold that badly.
Yeah. I mean, I always thought the idea of Steep was cool as someone who's always had a passing interest in SSX.
I
but
love
never actually bought one.
SSX.
But
yeah,
Steep didn't seem to resonate with people for whatever reason.
Yeah, and an expansion pack's I think it's just a waste of time and resources, to be honest.
I'm gonna guess they had this beforehand because it's an Olympic tie-in, so I'm assuming this was something they'd arranged before.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. After that, I moved on to Far Cry 5. Now this was for me.
People went nuts over that dog, and I have no idea why.
I thought the whole presentation of that was amazing. Like, I got chills from the start of it. The guy singing the national anthem in the really creepy voice. I just thought the way they've built the world up and everything it just seems so good. I'm really excited for it, to be honest. And then obviously they showed the mission part where you had to kill all the people and release the hostages, and like there's so many different ways you could go about it. Obviously, you could call in all the different reinforcements. You could sneak around. You could just go in guns blazing. I'm really excited for Far Cry 5. I really am.
I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of bored by this segment, but
I think I was bored because I'd already...
The game doesn't connect with me more than anything.
I think I'd gotten over after watching the trailer reveal before E3, and I like, the dog stuff. I'm trying to think of the phone. I like dogs now.
It's D-Dog.
It's
but done right.
Game, but it's in America.
Yeah, I like the dog stuff. Other than that, it's just kind of the point. The original trailer had already sold me that it was like, this looks like an interesting story for a Far Cry game. As discussed on a podcast without you, Squiggy, it was determined that I may have played all the Far Cries as we travelled back down Far Cry Lane.
Man, that was hilarious, that one. I'm not a Far Cry fan. Have you played 1? Yeah. Have you played 2? Yeah. Laura.
Have you played 3? Yeah. Have you played 4? Got the platinum. Have you played the spin-off Blood Dragon? Shut the fuck up.
Have you played Primal?
She's not played Primal.
No,
so.
that's the only one. Alright, and I think it's getting cheaper and cheaper by the day, so...
Steam sales, Laura.
Steam sales. Yeah, kills my PC. Basically, I'm a Far Cry fan, so I think I was a little bit bored during the segment just because I know what they're going to do now with the next Far Cry, and I kind of just want it at this point. But it already sold it to me, so before E3, that was that. Carry on.
And finally, they've finished on Beyond Good and Evil
Swearing
2.
Monkey!
Swearing
why
monkey.
did the monkey swear so much? I'm so happy Beyond Good and Evil 2 is happening, but why do we need a sweary monkey? That goes against most of
Do you know
what the
what?
first game established.
I'm not even excited for it. I'm really not. It's going to sound...
I mean,
negative,
you've not played
but-
the original, right?
I've not played the original, but they didn't show anything to do with... It was all CGI. Like,
Yes.
no gameplay. There wasn't even a date or a year given. The developers came out and said, help us build this game. So it's
Fucking
like,
Michael Ansel was crying, you monster.
No,
isn't
no.
that?
Like, so I got that part. I feel like I'm happy for them that the game's coming, but it's not coming for a long, long time. And it's like, why have you shown this off now? Why?
Because people have really, like, this is like Mirror's Edge Catalyst in that there's a big kind of...
Oh yeah, I get it, but like the game's not even. I don't even think it's even in development yet, from what I've been reading.
It's been in development for years, mate.
But they've said that they're still doing like all their putting bits of it together, like their storyboarding and stuff. And it's like it's not coming out for a long, 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 long time. I'd be willing to bet that it's not going to be seen until at least 2019 at the earliest.
That's fair. But I'm happy to know it's a thing that they're making. I'm happy to know they've actually committed to this after years of will they, won't they. I think the monkey's stupid. Get rid of him. But, yeah, I'm really happy this is a fit game they're going to make. Sure, they didn't show off a whole lot, but they showed off more than some other announcements that we'll get to. So,
well, that's Ubisoft done.
I
like
these. This is my favourite conference of the year.
I'd give it probably an 8. It was better than Bethesda after Bethesda was good. I'd give it an 8. Give it an 8, definitely.
Best in show.
BIS. 9. Ooh. Now then, let's move on to Sony. We should probably get through these quick because we've been going for an hour and a half.
It
now.
feels like we had a lot to run down, and I'm going to be honest. If we're just going to just this E3, I didn't think it was one of the best E3s in recent times. And then we're going through all these games and like, well, it's still going to murder me and bankrupt me. So.
Yeah. But anyway, let's start with Sony, which Sony started on time for the second year in a row. That's impressive. Well done, Sony.
I mean, do we count last year as starting on time? They had an orchestra play for 10 minutes.
Well, I was thinking they were stalling for time then. To be fair, they had a little... I was going to say Moroccan, but they weren't Moroccan.
They played an orchestra... Oh my god, that's at the start. I was like, what?
That waterfall was cool. It was like being in Disney World.
I'd give them full credit for presentation, but it was like, why am I... This is Assassin's Creed again, isn't it?
That's what I thought at first, and then nope, it's Lost Legacy. Lost Legacy looks like it's going to be really good, from what I saw there. Like they showed off a bit more of the story and everything. I'm excited. I've already got it pre-ordered.
Of course you have.
It's only £25.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The fact that it has Jack and Daxter bundled in is more the selling point to me.
I like Chloe and Nadine, so.
I mean, it's more Uncharted. Yay.
I mean, it's the hole in my heart after how good Uncharted 4 was. I wanted more Uncharted. Wasn't gonna get,
Stop.
Oh.
Sorry, my my Amazon device has just gone crazy talking about Uncharted.
It's now going to spend all your money.
It's probably already added all to the wish list.
Alexa, empty his wallet.
Alexa, transfer to the following number.
There's not much in my wallet now after all these games I've pre-ordered.
Yeah, but Uncharted, it was what it is. I've lost the real Alexa.
You know Uncharted. It's that, but with girls.
And then it was Horizon story DLC called The Frozen Wilds. I'm glad it's getting DLC because
I'm still playing it. I'm like a couple of chapters in.
I'm glad it's getting DLC because I really like the game. But I'm probably not going to play the DLC because I've finished the story and that's all I care about really. But
did you trade it in?
Maybe. means I made a profit on it.
I kind of don't fault that logic, so I was just saying, I was like, Anon, you can't play this, you don't own it anymore.
Yeah, I made a profit on it.
But I still need to play Horizon, but this is cool.
Yep.
I didn't know they were doing DLC for it, so I was like, yay.
Yeah, it's been rumored, so I'm glad it is because it's done well for Sony this year, done really well. Next was Days Gone, which was
this looks wank.
Oh, I think it looks really good.
It looks like Last of Us except shit.
I think it looks really... I like the idea of...
It's Last of Us, but with the thing that made Last of Us relevant ripped away and thrown off.
I really liked it, to be honest.
Nah, there was nothing in there I hadn't seen done better elsewhere.
I liked the idea of using the Horde to like clear out the camp and stuff like that. And then they showed I think there's been behind the scenes gameplay where the whole thing's completely different. That demo's zone is completely different. And then the zombie bear at the end. I mean, zombie bear? What more can you want?
Yay.
I don't remember.
Left 4 Dead. What more?
I kind of just... I didn't watch this I just woke up and saw people talking about zombie bears. I was well confused. I was like, cool. What's happening?
Nah, this looked bland as fuck.
I liked it. Different opinions. But next was Monster Hunter World. I've not played a Monster Hunter game in my life. So there's a view.
I've tried to get into them sometimes. I've never really connected with the franchise. I think it's too like finicky for what it wants to be. But I'm happy for it because a lot of people have wanted a proper Monster Hunter game on a serious platform. So here's their chance.
The Wii U was a serious platform, Slazer. Don't diss the Wii U.
The Wii U. The Wii U
Bastard.
did get Monster Hunter.
Don't diss whatever
3DS.
console. 3DS. I don't know what console. Anyway, Shadow of the
I think
Colossus.
it was 3DS. I swear it was on 3DS.
It was. That's where the
Yeah.
franchise has been for the last few years.
Yeah, not gonna lie, Squiggy. Even I knew that. Just saying.
Yeah, well. The next game was Shadow of the Colossus, the HD remaster, the next gen remaster. I don't really know what you want to call it, but it's been done by Blue Point
HD
Games.
for realsies this time, none of that fake HD nonsense.
Yeah. And Blue Point Games do a pretty good job of remastering games, so it did look nice. I'll give them that.
I mean...
but how many times can I remaster it?
I'm gonna buy it again. Who am I kidding?
I'm gonna buy it. I've never played it.
What?
Kinda. Probably should have kept that quiet. Yeah.
Oh, you played Shadow of the Colossus, right?
Laura doesn't even know what it is.
I do know what it is.
Oh my god.
I just haven't played it.
It's that game that you play in the dark, isn't it?
So that's why they're remastering it, so that kids like you can finally frickin' play it.
Yep,
It
I'll
looked
play
pretty. It just doesn't look like something...
Don't. Just don't finish that sentence, Laura. Just don't.
Anyway, let's keep going. Marvel vs. Capcom coming out in September. There's a single player demo available now.
God, the visuals look terrible.
You know,
Like-
I think
This
what
has
I
been
said,
like the big meme going around Twitter of like, here's Dante and Chun-Li, and they're fucking horrifying.
yeah, I think I said that I like the mix of all the characters they've got, but I don't think they're going to look that bad. I think that's what
Yeah.
I'm putting.
Also, like, no X-Men, among other things.
Yeah. To be honest, I was shocked that the Guardians of the
It's
Galaxy characters
Marvel
were in.
for people who watch the Marvel movies.
Yeah, pretty much. COD World War 2, they showed off the multiplayer, I think it was multiplayer trailer.
They showed off a trailer, it looked like COD.
That
was attitude.
I'll be getting COD. Obviously.
I mean, like, nothing against the game, but it was just the most bland, stereotypical COD trailer you could show.
Yeah, I will say that they could have gone so many ways with their presentation. This is what I'm going back to, that I thought Wolfenstein was well presented for something, like wowing. But I thought Call of Duty lacked that sort of, I don't know, spectacle that it likes to sometimes do. I just don't think I get the concept kind of sells itself, but I felt they could have done more.
Also, one thing I have realised, like, seeing it promoted on Twitter, because my iPad Twitter doesn't have a block on promotion, They really are trying to sell that boots on the ground as like a catchphrase. Like, I know you used to say it a lot, Squiggy, but like now I've been seeing it on Twitter, I'm like, Jesus, this is like their catchphrase for this game, boots on the ground. Like,
yeah, I think it's because a lot of the pro gamers say it as well.
Okay.
And a lot of the YouTubers call it boots on the ground. So I think that's
sounds beyond stupid to me.
Yeah. But no, I like the idea of boots on the ground Call of Duty again. Sorry, Slazer, I had to say it.
I like the ground of fun shooters.
I'm really excited for Call of Duty World War 2. I really am. Like, I think because it is boots on the ground. Sorry, that it is gonna. It seems a bit like how Battlefield went back to Battlefield 1, like to boots. I hate saying it, boots on the ground Battlefield, and now you're getting boots on the ground Call of Duty. I think it's gonna be. They've changed a lot of the multiplayer. It's not just like exactly the same. They've changed a lot of it now, as well.
I mean, let's put it this way: there's a reason I'm excited for Anthem and not this. So
yeah, no, I'll be getting COD day one again.
Fair enough.
Because it's my jam.
Yep.
We'll just they showed off a lot of VR trailers. Not trailers.
You skipped Destiny.
I haven't skipped Destiny. I was going to talk
Destiny
about
was like right after COD.
Yeah, well, I was going to talk about Destiny after the VR stuff to have a break from shooters.
I mean, okay.
But do you want to talk about Destiny now?
No, we'll talk about VR because I can sum this up in 5 seconds. They all look bland as fuck.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like over half. It was like horror, another terrible Final Fantasy 15 spin-off.
Oh, I had to.
And I was watching this segment going, man, if I was Squiggy, I would be throwing my headset out the window at this point.
Well, I'm not far from it. It's in the corner of my room unplugged right now.
So, yeah, as a VR owner, what did you think of the VR offerings? Because it's most applicable to you.
I don't care about Skyrim. Star Child VR I didn't really care about. The Inpatient, it's a scary game, I'm not going to play it. Final Fantasy Fishing, don't care about Final Fantasy. I call it Final Fantasy Fishing, it's not that, but that's what I call
that's
it.
Perfectly fine, yeah.
Yeah. Bravo Team, like, I like the look of it, but it's just a shooter. I think it could be decent in VR because you could get immersed in it, but it just looks simple. Very simple. Moss VR, I think that should just be a game that should just be a platformer and not a
Oh yeah, no, I forgot that one, yeah.
Yeah, and
that was
I've got Destiny 2 later on, and yeah, it should have just been a normal platformer and not a normal title. I don't think there's anything else that have I missed anything there?
I don't think so. They showed like a bunch of trailers in succession, and I was like, man, this doesn't look great.
I think the Inpatient could be decent because it's done by the Until Dawn people, but I don't like horror games, so that rules me out of that straight away.
Why did you buy a headset?
I don't know why he bought a headset.
Because I really liked Riggs, and then they closed down the Riggs studio after I bought it.
I like that. It's not even that they cancelled the game; it's that the entire studio was like, "No, get out, burn it to the ground."
You know, with Riggs and Eve, they're very good games. Like, I really enjoy them. I've not really played much of Eve, but I really enjoy them. But then it's like, there's nothing since then that come out that's been like, I need a VR headset for this. Nothing. And it's disappointing, but it seems a bit like how the Vita was, where you get a few titles, you know, you might get...
Oh man, so that means the next 5 years of the VR are going to be a weeaboo and indie.
Oh god, I don't want to think about weeaboo and VR. Oh god. So do you want to buy a VR headset?
No.
And then after the VR disappointment, we moved on to God of War.
So, I'm not sure what to make of this, so... Yeah, it's more God of War, cool, that's fine, I'm not objecting that. I'm not really sure about how I feel about the whole, like, it's following the dad trend. And here he is, he's a father now. And I'm like, is God of War really the game that needs that? I mean, I've not played a lot of them, but story never struck me as the big part of God of War. So trying to give him a kid is like... I
think it's exploring like another side to Kratos, like give him a bit of personality instead of the guy who kills people, and that's pretty much it.
That's what they've done so well as the guy that kills people.
Yeah, I know, but I think they've probably felt that they've had to go more for a narrative in this game now. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think it looks really good, but I don't know whether the narrative's gonna work.
Like, I'll withhold judgment until the whole thing's out, but like...
Yeah, like
I'm not sure how I feel about this direction for it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I still think it's going to be a good game. Like, I think the gameplay is going to be fine. I think it's going to look beautiful, but I don't know how the extra narrative is going to work in with it. I think I've summed that up okay.
Okay.
I mean,
Go
You
on,
didn't
Laura.
sum it. You summed it up to the point of where I now know what you're on about. I don't think you could add any more to that.
No. Next game was Detroit.
Yes!
It actually exists.
I'm sorry, the voice actor favoured my tweet about this the other day. Freaked me the frick out. It's been a week since E3 and I was like, what's happening? Yeah, I dig it. I mean, it's still, a different character introduced is basically what you got from it, so...
Yeah.
I preferred last year's trailer for Detroit to this year.
I would agree with that. I think this one, I don't know if you're familiar, made it look more like the TV show Humans on Channel 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, it went
I can see that.
It went way more in that direction because obviously there was little similarities with the concept of robot, all that stuff before, but this one was directly seemed like this is Humans. But yeah, I think this is, hurry up and give me the game sort of thing. Like, once again, we know enough. We know what they're going to do. We know the type of game this is. Looks like you got loads of choices. Fun character, another character to be playing, like, the perspective of. Let's do it. You know?
Hopefully they make a good one. Make a nice change. They haven't done one since Fahrenheit. Don't you
They
know?
haven't done one since Heavy Rain.
Sorry, what? I didn't catch that.
You know what I said.
Was the rain too heavy for you to
did.
hear?
Yeah. I mean, I thought she said a game that was thrown out of our top 50 list, but
Oh, let's just
be
move
imaginative.
on.
No, I like the look of Detroit. I think I liked the one they showed off last year more, but then I did like how
I just feel like
this one showed off more of what you can do in the game, if that makes sense.
I mean, yeah, like to try and explain it to people like listening in. So I preferred last year because I thought it gave a better idea for what the game was actually about, like
Yeah.
the way
Yeah.
from the way it jumped from route to route to route to show how your consequences and actions. Whereas in this one, there was one moment where it went, "Here's what could be happening." Now back to what is happening. It's like, okay, cool. But this one did give you a better idea of what the actual overall story is going to be. So
It showed you how it would work when you're in that one character perspective, I think. Like,
Yeah.
like the other one was like, this is what, just to remind you, these are the type of games we make. I think this
Yeah.
was definitely a more indication of, well, this is how it works when you're in control of one person.
okay,
Yeah, the only disappointment is no release date. I think.
has to be coming this year.
I think
I
they've
think
said-
it's
they've
going to
said
be next year.
Yeah, they've said
Yeah,
Really?
I'm pretty
You
sure.
think they're still like?
I'm pretty sure it's going to be early next year or no, like
I think it's
Yeah.
going to be the February title next year.
February, March. It seems about right
Yeah.
to me.
And then we'll move on to what's there's the one to talk about, Destiny 2.
Oh man, this looked wank.
I wasn't expecting
Oh, I was expecting you was like excited, and I was going to ask why. I mean, it looks like more Destiny. I don't.
There was nothing new.
It was just the stuff that they've been
It
showing.
was just here's Destiny. I was like, what?
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been really keeping up with Destiny, dude. Like, we spoke about it on here, and I've looked at little bits, and I've read up, but I haven't really physically seen stuff, and this, I was just like, okay, so that's Destiny.
So when they did the initial announcement, and it was like for Destiny fans, so it was like a lot of it was like hardcore details of like, okay, here are the classes, here's like how we're improving this. So I was like, fine, cool. I would have thought at E3 you'd show like something really cool to like show people how this is a brand new Destiny now, not just an expansion. There was nothing. There was literally nothing in that made it look like Destiny 2. It just looked like Destiny 1 expansion 3.
No, but they showed the new part by burning the tower down.
Like, fuck off. There was nothing. There was literally nothing. Like, this has sold me less on Destiny 2. I've now gone from, I really want this game, to, maybe I'll give it a miss. Anthem's coming.
Wow.
I'm getting it, but I'm getting it on PC.
Really?
Yeah, some of my friends are getting on PC to rave
Okay.
because I know, like, obviously you just said you're not that interested in it.
Destiny is at its
I
best.
don't
without
think
it.
No,
Laura's that interested in it, and
I got to choose. Choose.
No, I
food.
understand then. That's
yeah.
fine.
And because my friends are my other friends are PC gamers, they've never played the original Destiny, so they're excited for this one. Like, I do think it looks more of the same, but I enjoyed the original. Well, I enjoyed the original Destiny.
You
after the
eventually
expansions-
enjoyed the
after
original.
after the expansions came in. So
After taking King.
So I'm hoping this is going to be like that part of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But like you said, Destiny's best played with friends, like together with people, and if they're all getting it, then it should be a blast.
Let me get this right. Like, I'm being negative about a lot of these things. I'd love to be proved wrong for these all to be amazing games. I just didn't see them this year.
Yeah. And finally, Sony ended with Spider-Man.
This was actually the one bit of the conference I really loved. Like, this looked great.
Yeah, pretty much. I just like the look of it. It looks a lot like Batman, but I felt the combat was a bit more fluid than Batman.
I
felt like you had more
time
options.
events.
Yeah, you've got more options. The quick time events, they weren't actually quick time events. They were just the button presses were on there, so people knew that it was actually gameplay. If that makes sense, because I think they spoke to the developers and they did that.
I don't know. I want to see what happens when it comes out, because there's still gonna be sequences where they've got to do something. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I get they said that, but I'm just like,
But I really like the look of it.
This is your reason to buy a PlayStation 4, basically. Yes. If you haven't got one already, this is
pretty much
slap it on a poster. There you go.
And all the Destiny PS4 exclusive content.
Yeah, but
which they barely even talked about.
I just don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I would never buy a console because it gets content first or content. I think it is a year gap, isn't it? Like, is this
on Destiny?
Yeah,
it's just coming to Xbox. I think it's coming to Xbox like the month before it releases on Destiny 2 releases all the content.
Yeah.
Nice. But I think Spider-Man's the game changer here for the.
It could be. It looks really good. I'm really impressed by it, but we shall see. And
I think it could be awful, but it's Spider-Man. I feel like a Spider-Man game that shows any potential is going to sell.
Yeah.
The nice.
And that wraps up Sony's conference.
I've got more to say. Hold on.
Go on then. About like Sony's conference in general.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Go for it.
Okay, cool. So the other thing I want to say is, last year Sony did a cool thing where they kind of like cut down on a lot of the talky talk. So it kind of felt a lot more focused and intimate. This year they went, that worked, let's do that even harder, and it became wank. Like, it really felt like I was just locked in a chair watching like trailer after trailer after trailer, really cold, really impersonal. Nobody telling me why games I didn't care about, like, say, Days Gone, why I should care about them.
Yeah.
It was what? Jack Tretton, was it? I can't remember what his name is.
Naden.
Sorry, Sean Naden spoke, like, twice for, like, less than 5 minutes for the entire thing. Yeah. Nobody there, like... It's the thing, we joke about Ubisoft having, like, random YouTube... Not Ubisoft, sorry, EA having random YouTube personalities, but they're human beings. This didn't come across like that at all. This came across about, here are the fucking games you're buying, you stupid robots. Enjoy.
They're human beings.
You get what I mean, though, Laura? Like,
yeah, I do.
This felt really much like, we're winning, fuck y'all.
I just appreciate
we don't need to do shit.
Yeah.
See, I don't get that because I didn't watch the Sony one. I just picked out what I wanted to watch, the trailers, and want to watch them individually.
No,
so,
I watched it all.
Also, another thing, like, I then discovered afterwards, like, here's the pre-conference where it was like...
More announcements.
Undertale and, like, Ni no Kuni and Kingdom Hearts 3, and I was like, what?
And GT Sport as well, I think?
Yeah, Gran Turismo Sport, and I was like, why the fuck wasn't this at the show?
Yeah.
Do you have any idea how loud that crowd would have reacted if they'd gone Undertale live on the show floor?
Yeah, well, even Ni no Kuni getting a release date or whatever it was.
Yeah, Ni no Kuni getting a release date, Gran Turismo, big franchise,
Yeah.
like, what the fuck were you guys playing at?
Yeah.
Really?
No, I thought the games they showed off were good, but I didn't like the way the conference went.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like, I don't think they showed off a terrible game at all there. And obviously, with Shadow of the Colossus being a nice surprise, I thought the stuff they showed off of Uncharted was good as well. Skyrim VR was unexpected. The rest of the VR stuff, we don't need to talk about that. But yeah, I would have liked, even like for Detroit, maybe having what's he called? I can't remember his name. Is it David Cage? Was that someone else? Maybe even having him like come out and explain it a bit more than just showing it.
Yeah.
Like why we're doing this. This is what we can do. But no, I still think it was decent because of what they showed. The content was good, but the presentation wasn't.
It's like the opposite of Bethesda. See, Bethesda make you feel like they got loads when they haven't because they present so well, whereas Sony had loads but presented so averagely.
Yeah.
Averagely is the new word.
But I think I'll give that probably a 7 as well.
3 or 4.
3 or 4. Wow, I wasn't
By
expecting
far
that low.
the worst show.
I wasn't expecting that low.
Nah, it was like
To be
put it like
fair.
this. I walk away from that show and my one takeaway was Spider-Man looks cool. Couldn't care less about the rest of it.
Yeah, I think for me, because I'm a Destiny and COD fan, that because they showed off like the multiplayer.
I'm a Destiny fan.
Well,
that
like,
trailer sucked.
was more COD than anything. But
I like the fact he's
I
called
like
himself a
Days Gone.
Destiny fan. I just remember what he used
I
to be
Days
like.
Gone as well. But yeah,
Okay.
Well, at least I play games, Laura. So now moving on to
I'm playing
Nintendo.
games with... You're stopping me from playing games right now. I want to play Gears. That's all I want.
So we'll move on to Nintendo and finish this one off. It's not...
Oh, you're not playing Gears anytime soon, Laura?
Nintendo's not that big. Rocket League coming to the Switch.
I don't care about this. So what?
Rocket League coming to the Switch.
That's cool.
Yay,
It's a good game. The cross-platform makes me excited.
The cross-platform really helped. It's cool it's coming. It's nothing major, but hey, good to see the Switch get another.
I might buy it, to be
Okay.
honest, so I can play it on the move.
Yeah, well, that's the advantage of all these multi-platform games going to Switch. Like, you want to play this on the... To be fair, though, you're going to play Rocket League on the move, are you? With that Wi-Fi.
That Wi-Fi, I know. You'll ruin my dreams.
No, good point. Good point, well put.
I'm going to McDonald's and I ain't moving.
Chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets in your Wi-Fi password, please.
Why were you going to McDonald's to have chicken nuggets?
Why are you...
Why wouldn't you go to KFC?
No Wi-Fi.
What is... I just... Move on!
Anyway,
'Cause I want to play Gears. That's a whole conversation.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was next. I've not played any of them before. I thought the voice acting was weird. I think the main character had a really posh voice and I didn't like it.
British. They're
Yeah.
all British.
Yeah.
That's what they do for Xenoblade. They get the British voice actors.
It was weird.
It's weirdly chibi. Like, this was something I noticed last time, but now, like, seeing it more in action, it's more chibi than the other ones. But, I mean, hey, it still looks fun, and I'm amazed that this is actually on track for the 2017 release. I felt for sure this was going to be one of those games like Xenoblade Chronicles X, where we went, it's coming soon, and then it just slides along for a few years. But, no, they seem really dead set on getting it out this year, so, yeah, and also, the other surprise I didn't realise until afterwards, this was the only big JRPG shown at any conference. Nobody showed a JRPG except Nintendo and Xenoblade.
That's a good point, actually, now that I think about it.
Because Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy were nowhere to be seen, so...
Good point. Well, Final Fantasy fishing. Nope.
Yes, yeah, you're right, like that, yeah.
I'm clutching at my VR cables here. There was a Kirby game showing off.
Yeah, Kirby. Kirby could do no wrong.
I didn't expect this, but it's like, sweet, more Kirby.
Yeah,
cool.
no complaints there. Pokemon in the works for the Switch.
Oh
Proper
boy, truly, what a surprise.
Yeah.
Pokemon on the Switch, you say? Didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
Have you got anything to show us? No? Fuck off. Like, what's the point? You've announced something we all knew.
They've announced an announcement again.
It literally just felt like a reaction to the people who got ticked off when they did the Pokemon Direct and they didn't show Pokemon for Switch.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
that's what they did. Yeah.
Because when they went, oh, we've got one more announcement, I was thinking, oh, this is going to be Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon confirmed for Switch after the whole will it, won't it of, like, after the Direct. But no, it's just they're making game for the Switch. Good for Game Freak. We knew they were.
They're a super freak. Like, sorry.
They're a freak in the sheets. And on the streets.
I don't know what you're doing with your Pokemon games, but okay. Next.
Wow.
Move away Slazer and his love of...
Metroid Prime 4 is in development.
This was another one where, okay, so, like, this is where I was sassing out from Beyond Good and Evil 2 earlier. So, I'm really happy Metroid's in development. I think it's amazing. Obviously, it got one of the biggest pops of the event and made loads of Samus fans really
I love
happy.
logos.
Yeah, it's just a logo, mate. Fuck off. Just wait till you've got something legit. Like, it's a weird thing for Nintendo to show, and they did explain afterwards why they actually caved on Metroid, but yeah, no, I'd have held off until you actually had gameplay to show, more than anything. I mean, you had Samus Returns on 3DS, so you could have just coasted off that, and then done Metroid Prime 4 next year.
Yeah, I agree with that. Another new title that was shown was Yoshi, a new Yoshi game.
Also looked adorable.
Yeah. Have they changed the art style for Yoshi, like, because of Woolly World?
It's
Does he
not...
always look like that?
I think this is the Yarn aesthetic again.
Yeah, he does. He's a changed Yoshi. Yoshi through the years.
Yoshi with the Paper Mario mechanics. Tell you what did surprise me the other day when I was, like, in, like, I think Asda, with just Yarn Yoshi amiibo just there. And I was like, you what? I thought these things were meant to be gold dust. There's like 5 of them just here.
Yeah, I had that experience, but in game when I was like, why are there so many Yarn Yoshis?
Did you buy all 5 of them?
No, I had no money, but otherwise they had a giant Yarn Yoshi as well. You know, like the big one they did.
Oh, no, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, there was a big one. I was like, yeah.
Oh, so he's just going back now. After that was some Fire Emblem Warriors, I believe.
Yep. I mean, it's cool. I love how they're going. It's not just swordsman guys and then just showing trailers with swordsmen.
I like the art style of the game. That's what really got me.
It looks cool. It's a bit silly how it's like, what games are in it? Because this is meant to cover all Fire Emblem. It's like, oh yes, we're covering the 2 new ones and the one that has Marth in, because people know Marth off Smash Brothers. What about the other 20 years of Fire Emblem games?
Not gonna lie,
there were other Fire Emblem games?
I recognise Marth.
Yeah, well you do because you played Smash. That's why Marth's in it, because Marth has become the franchise thanks to Smash.
After that was some Zelda DLC pack news, so they showed more of Trials of the Sword.
I got the release date wrong, cock and bugger.
Yep, 30th of June.
30th, coming out in 2 days as we do this.
Yes.
As this goes live, yeah.
Yes.
I'm really looking forward to this. The Trial of the Sword kind of looks like, I don't know if you ever did the shrine which was on the island where you lost all your equipment and then had to beat some enemies.
Probably not, no.
But it's that one, but taken to the next level. So that's kind of cool because that was like one of the best shrines in the game. And the other stuff looks cool, like the heroes map thing like they've sold it on me more as they've talked about it more. And I can finally get my fucking Korok mask, so thumbs up. Also hard mode if you want to do that, but I don't.
Nope, I need to finish it on normal mode first.
and then Champions Ballad sounds like pretty cool, like the second pack which will be coming in winter.
Yeah. No date, but winter.
If it lets you play as those guys, I'm really down for that. The amiibo looked cool too, apart from the one that most people would have bought, which looked terrible. It's like, here's the fish girl everyone loves. Why does her face look like it's been punched a lot?
It happens.
It's like, why of all the cast that you fricked up, was it that one? The one people wanted? Whoops.
And then there were more Mario and Rabbids. A little bit shown off. I didn't write anything down for that.
Yeah,
because it was so amazing.
Just another trailer, and yeah. I mean, you've already seen like Yves and Shigeru posing with guns. What more do you need?
Yeah, you can't go any better than that. Then they showed off. Then they announced a bit more Rocket League. I think Rocket League was shown off at the video package at the start, and then
and then this was about the part where they went, it's cross console. And
yeah,
it was like
and some exclusive like stuff.
Shame Minecraft beat you to this by like a day.
Yeah.
But,
and then they finished off with Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh my god.
Go on.
Mario's weird.
I've been wondering for ages, like, where'd you take Mario from here now? Like, you've done space, you've done multiplayer. Like, what's left? Oh, having him absorb the soul of anything and everything. Like, okay, didn't see that one coming. I can play as any Mario enemy. I can play as a human being. I can play as a dinosaur. It's amazing. I loved it.
Weird.
Also, the song, best song of E3.
Also have to say the dinosaur thing, best meme ever when it was here's what Yoshi looks like, and if Yoshi was on Xbox One in 4K, this is what Yoshi looks like now. Greatest thing I've ever seen, has to be said. And the other one I think is that they asked on the Nintendo 3L, someone asked when you know how Mario rides Yoshi? They said, can Mario as a dinosaur ride Yoshi? And they were like, no, he would be squashed and die. Like, dude is massive. And then I saw loads of people doing artwork of what it would look like, and that's forever stuck with me too.
I've also seen people take it in like really weird directions of like, so does that mean Mario can like possess a human being, walk them off a cliff, and then unpossess them?
Yeah, and I've seen like, if Kirby eats Mario and Mario's possessed Kirby, like, what is happening?
Oh my god. This really, like, obviously it was a Mario game, it was never not going to be a great game, but this is really, like, I can't wait for this now. I really, really need this game. That trailer just completely sold me on it. And I've not watched the Trieste stuff because I don't really want to spoil actual, like, world designs and stuff like that, but I'm super hyped for this. And it does look like they've gone back to 64 Sunshine kind of larger worlds, collect items.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited for that as well. 27th of October, that comes out.
Bring it on.
I think it looks crazy, like, absolutely mental, and I'm really excited to play it. Definitely. And that wraps up Nintendo. Any closing thoughts on Nintendo at E3 as a whole?
I need a Switch. They knocked it out of the park. They showed me enough that's coming in the future. There's enough coming out now. I mean, August seems packed for Nintendo Switch for me.
That's the thing. Coming out of this, in terms of 2017 lineups, the Switch now looks really strong because you've got this month is ARMS, next month Splatoon, August is Rabbids, September is Fire Emblem, October, it is.
Yeah. There's games like that. I don't know the exact.
September is Fire Emblem. I may have gotten the order mixed up. There's Fire Emblem, there's Mario, there's Xenoblade, and then there's the other one I've forgotten. But the point is, the Switch has Pokken. That was it. Sorry, September's Pokken, and then October, November, December is Xenoblade and Fire Emblem. The point is, there's a game every month for the Switch, a strong first-party game.
Yeah.
Whereas PS4 and Xbox just don't really have that this year.
Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah. No, I enjoyed Nintendo's. I'd probably give that a 8. Definitely an 8 at least.
They're really good. I felt they maybe could have gone a little bit longer because it was 25 minutes or so. Maybe just a little bit more in depth on some games. So.
I appreciate they don't waste my time. I'm just saying. I criticise the other conferences for going on too long and being too filler and feeling too much. And I get what you're saying, explain stuff, but then they do have
you could have spent a couple more minutes showing some more gameplay in action of say Fire Emblem Warriors or.
But they break everything down on Treehouse, so if you really want it, you probably could find a lot of the stuff they have to ready. If it's ready, they showcased it on Treehouse basically. So
also no 3DS at all in the.
But then.
They talked loads about it afterwards, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but the Metroid game on 3DS.
Metroid.
When they did that was I know they showcased Metroids, for the logo, but to me, I would have showcased the logo and then gone, if you can't wait for some Metroid action, double whammy, boom! I would have done that in there. That's probably the only thing I'd say I agree with you if it could have gone a bit longer than that, because let's be honest, when that was revealed to be on the Treehouse, Twitter went mad, mate,
what's the thing? I wasn't watching Treehouse because that's far too much effort when I was in Scotland. But when suddenly for me, for Twitter, suddenly going, oh my god, Mario and Luigi, I was like, what? They're remaking Superstar Saga. Oh, cool! One of the best RPGs they've made. So yeah, I feel overall, if you look beyond the conferences into everything, I feel Nintendo had probably the best outing.
I really enjoyed Ubisoft.
Yeah, if it's just the conference, Ubisoft overall.
I can't. It's probably Mario Rabbids, basically, because, it was at both.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I thought it was... Yeah, I like Nintendo. Really like Nintendo's. But, yeah, that's our E3 wrap-up. Now, guys...
Can I go play games now?
Do we... I was going to say, we've been talking for 2 hours. I think the listeners are probably a little bit tired. Do we just end here, or do we...
I think we end here. I mean,
Laura wants to play games for once.
I do, and it's more the fact that I don't want to bring up predictions and stuff. I know I got one right, but
I got one right. I think we got the same one right.
You two both got Beyond Good and Evil right.
Yeah.
I got half of the Scorpio one right, where I said it'll launch in November, and I said it was priced at £400, so I got half a point for that. Everything else, everyone was wrong.
I did wonder how you scored not 1, but not 0.
Yeah, half a point.
Now I know.
That. And that's that. Some quick plugs. Obviously, Slazer's Saturday morning Switch video.
Saturday morning Switch, where I talk a little bit about E3. So if you want to know a bit more about Nintendo's E3, check that out, where I talk about it. And then next week we'll be, next episode we'll be looking at the month of June for the Switch. So ARMS and all the rest of the games that have come out this month.
Whoop, whoop. And there's some FIFA grudge matches going up between me and Laura. There are 3 going up on my channel, youtube.com/John Squires. I hear that URL, and there's going to be 2 going up on the Retro Remastered
account. John Squires, not Geordie Squires.
No, John Squires, because it takes your Google name for the.
Oh, you poor kid.
I know. So they're coming up very soon. I'm going to schedule them soon. You'll see tweets about them when they go up, and probably talk about them a bit more next week. But yeah, this has been episode 90. We hope you all enjoyed E3 and our E3 wrap up. You can tweet us all. I'm at Jody Squires. Slezo is at Slezo King. Laura is at Law or Gears Fan 21269. You can also tweet us at Retro Remastered, and I think that is it. Obviously, follow us on YouTube, which you're going to be probably doing if you're listening to this anyway. Give us a like. We appreciate the likes. And until next week, have a good week. Goodbye.
Mwah. Take care, everybody.
Bye bye.